Ray Parker Jr. Here we go with Ghostbusters.
That's right. It's a law stream, so we get the law stream song.
If there's something strange sleeping in your bed, let me tell you something. If there's something weird sleeping in your bed, oh, let me tell you something. Busting makes me feel good. me tell you something.
Alrighty. How we doing? Uh-oh. Why is there an echo? Because it's a song time. Let me set this up, yo.
Oh shit.
Get in there. One more Sperg. Fuck you, Stretch. I didn't realize you guys were here as well. One more Sperg, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright, don't stop the Sperging. One more Sperg, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright, don't stop the Sperging. One more Sperg, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright, don't stop the Sperging. Fuck off, you're making me laugh. One more Sperg, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah. One more Sperg. I think I'm a bit loud.
Oh my god.
One more Sperg, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright, don't stop the Sperging. One more Sperg, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, don't stop the Sperging. One more Sperg. just feeling celebration tonight. Celebrate, don't spurg too late. Ooh, you know we don't stop. You can't stop. We're gonna celebrate. One more spurg. One more spurg. One more spurg. A celebration. You know we're gonna do it all right tonight. Hey, just feeling. Faggotry's got me feeling in me. Me, yeah. Come on. All right. I think I missed it. We're gonna celebrate. One more spurg. Celebrate and spurg so free. Faggotry's got me feeling so free. Celebrate and spurg so free. One more spurg.
Faggotry's got you feeling so what?
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck you.
Faggotry's got him
One
feeling
more
free.
spurg. Gonna celebrate. Celebrate and spurg so free. One more spurg. I can't do it all at the same time. Celebrate and spurg so free. One more spurg. 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 And that just ends. One more spurg. I love that auto pitch. Thank you. Thank you.
Surprised everybody didn't leave.
Oh my god. That made me want to take Robin Williams' lead there and hang myself in the closet with a belt.
Yeah, sorry, my normal mic didn't swip over for some reason. Oh, there we go. But welcome to EJAS! I hope everybody is doing well. I don't know what that crackling is. I'm guessing it is that. It's because I'm monitoring my own voice. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I hope I'm still talking too. I think we are. Heph and Stretch, how are you doing, sirs?
I'm unsure after that, but I'm alright.
I've been better.
Fuck you. It's what the people want live singing.
I'm just gonna
Trust
say
me.
it right
They've told
now.
me.
Sex Sandwich was a way better song.
Yeah. Well, the originals are usually better. It's because I made them, and that is why. That's why.
Oh man, I was like pissing myself laughing with the Sex Sandwich song. It was so fucking funny.
Yeah, that's it. I've still got to do that. I know. I've tried to sit down and do it a few times, but and I think I need to use that auto pitch as well. It's definitely important for my faggot voice. So.
Yeah, faggotry's got you feeling so free.
Yes, it does. It does.
I noticed how you did it. How you had to do
But it does.
a last minute decision to drop that lyric after we started laughing at you.
No, because you can't say one more Sperg. Music's got me feeling, because it overlaps. So I just ended up skipping that and going into Sperging makes me feel so free or something. So it's hard to get the faggotry and all of that in there, plus singing one more Sperg.
Wait. So you had to work to say that faggotry made you feel free?
Yes, I had to work very hard to make me to make it.
You really had to work it in there.
Sat down today and was like, I really need to get this faggot line in this song.
Yeah. Well, it might have been last night. I might have been working on it for another day, so that could have been happening. Anyway, I think it is important that we talk about upcoming streams or any streams. So, I think most people know by now, but I want to first of all to talk about next week. Next week we've got a bunch of groypers on. I'm hearing there's about 5 all up. Not sure. We'll see how we go. And they are going to be talking about this lonely Kekistani guy who tried to defraud. Well, actually, no, he was successful in defrauding them. He did a bunch of ops. He tried to turn all the groypers against one another, or against Greek specifically. And then now, all of a sudden, he's posting. He's up on Twitter again and posting again. But now he's posting as an Antifa member. So they're going to talk us through that.
Can you give a super quick like definition of what a groyper is?
Groyper? Yeah, I keep saying the wrong thing.
Yeah, like. Yeah, fuck me. Like, just explain, like, in a few words what it is quickly.
No, Heph would probably be able to do that better, because I asked him that exact question a few weeks ago.
Oh, Jesus. All right, groypers are, I guess, fans of Nick Fuentes.
That's
and
what
the
I would have said.
quote-unquote America First movement.
Oh, those are knickers.
Pretty much the same thing.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
All right, cool, yeah.
No, they're not. All right, Greek, what is it?
Well, this is
not
we
part
are
of the
going.
America First
That's
movement?
the other thing we also are going
thought
over is
No
groyper law and what
longer,
they stand for.
no longer fans of Nick.
I thought Nick tried to. Wait a minute. Were groypers around before Nick?
No, he started the groypers.
Did?
I think.
I thought
I don't know.
then I heard it wrong.
God damn it! This
All
is
right,
a
Okay,
Another
move
thing.
on. Anyways,
They're faggots. That's what they are. They're faggots.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh! They're supposed to be coming on for a friendly law stream. And this is what you say, sir. That is horrible. Anyway, the other one that I think most people know about and have heard about it, it should all still be happening. I'm chatting to him, Tara, and Burnside in a private DM, along with Jeff Fader. And that is the Scooby 331 redemption stream. He's watched all the law videos and stuff. He reckons it's all bullshit. Everyone's a lie. He never threatened anyone, and he plans to prove that. So that's going to be interesting. That's the one that everybody I think is hanging around for. That is on Saturday, 15th of February. So it's still a few weeks away. So please stop asking me about it, because that's when it is. All right, but anyway, today we are going to play a fun game. Let's see if my new sources work. You ready?
Spectre, good to see you.
All right, here we go. I'm going to try out my new overlays. This is the game we're playing. Are you ready?
Oh my God, there's Sperg, but who's the biggest Sperg? He's a Sperg, and there's Sperg, but who's the biggest Sperg? Oh my God, they're Sperging, but who's the biggest Sperg? He's a Sperg, and he's a Sperg, but who's the biggest Sperg?
That's right. It is who's the biggest Sperg? That's what we're trying to work out today. I'll probably use that graphic more often. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I can't hear it.
Right.
So that's the problem with trying to monitor stuff. It's annoying as fuck, hey. That's the only thing with OBS. I need to try and work out stuff, because as it gets more technical, it gets worse. Because look, Stretch has cut off the bottom of the screen there at the bottom. So.
What if I change my name? I'll be at the top.
Oh, no. You're going to kick me down? Damn it.
I'm not gonna fuck with it. Dan will get mad. I took the name away.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, well, that's what we're doing. We're doing who is the biggest Sperg. So I think I probably need to tell a story about, we need to go into John Michael Kelly and how we all got caught up with him.
Oh, man.
Ugh. So basically, I made a law video on YouTube, after he did some stuff. We'll get into it. And I was going to do, and then I didn't really go too deep into the John Kelly law, and I was going to do a part 2 while I was thinking about it. And so people started hitting me up. Hey, you should talk about the deep law. Oh, there's all this juicy shit that you need to talk about. And it's like, oh, okay, well, what is it? Oh, no, I'm not going to tell you. But you should go and find it. You know, that would be really fucking cryptic. Until this Dr. Brain person jumped into Discord one day and said, hey, I heard that you're looking to do a lore video, deep dive about John Kelly and what he all did. He ended up doing some interviews. I ended up sharing some of that information with with one person in particular from Kiwi Farms, and they were already doing a thread about JMK. It all sort of just came together, but then some of the stuff couldn't really be corroborated. Also, Spectre is the main person that really... I guess he's the main person that really does consistent streams and videos about John Kelly and his antics. And then, a week or two ago, he decided he would make a video after the Kiwi Farms thread was posted, talking about some screenshot that he had found and connecting that together to basically call John Kelly a pedo. So we're going to look into that today as well. But anyway, I was on Warpath celebrating Tonka with the two of you guys, and they had a caller who ended up being Dr. Brain, the guy that was interviewing. I said, geez, his profile looks familiar. And then all of a sudden, Warski calls him out as being King of Pole. He's like, hey, oh, you're King of Pole. How you doing, King of Pole? And he had called into a show, like he had called me up as an alt. Didn't want me obviously knowing that he was King of Pole, which I didn't for ages. I mean, didn't. I was always sort of like, I wonder who this guy is. But then, yeah, he calls up on Andy Warski's stream while I'm on the stream with the alt account. And so it all sort of came out from there that the whole time I was talking to King of Pole. So, I think the only other thing I need to do today is there's a big disclaimer with what we're going to show, because I don't necessarily stand by any of it. This is why the part 2 video never came. This is why it all sort of fell apart. It's just, there was just too much Spergetry. So, oh look, and Spectre's here. Spectre, why don't you come on? Let's see what he says.
Come on, Spectre.
He is invited on. Anyway, let's go into it and find out who's the biggest Sperg. Oh, Heph, do you want to explain John Kelly? I think you probably knew him the longest and exactly how he came to...
Well, I've barely known him the longest. From what I understand, he was part of active in Gamergate, and then had something to do with Gamergate Revolt. I'm not really sure what the fuck was going on surrounding that.
Yeah, I'm going to play some stuff from that today, yeah. So, but what about the first time I really heard about John Kelly was when the stream that he did about Drama Queen was posted in our Discord.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it, and that was a fucking hoot. That was pretty funny.
That was fantastic.
That was amazing. Well, generally speaking, how I came to find him was in a Discord VC, and he was very upset about God knows what. It was just, I guess it was just his general attitude to be a pissy little bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I started making fun of him, and as I'm clowning on him, I get sent a link to an audio clip of him getting bullied by a tranny fucker Sargon fan that absolutely pushes his shit in, and he starts crying during this audio clip. I mean, it's gold. I don't know if you're planning on playing it, but
stop! I can't take it anymore.
It's like every day. Just stop. You cry.
Yes, I do. I do have that in the lore video actually. If we want to hear a bit of it, do we want to go over that?
Oh yeah,
we could.
It's always a good time to hear Crybaby Kelly cry.
I think this is it. I'm gonna push play.
This is a different direction.
Shut up! Just shut up! Just let me talk!
Yeah.
No, fuck you. I'm not gonna let you talk. You think you fucking own us?
Yeah, really.
I'm
seriously.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All
No,
right?
stop
I
fucking
apologize. I apologize, alright?
No, fuck you. I don't. No. There's no stopping.
Stop. Please.
No.
I beg you. I apologize. I apologize. I can't take it. I really can't. It's like this every day.
Then go. Bye
I'm
bye
not
now.
going. I'm not leaving. I just want you to just stop, please. I'm begging you.
Ain't gonna happen. And John, you're really bad at faking.
I'm not faking. Please.
Oh well. Well then if you're not faking, maybe you should take your little pussy ass to bed.
Fuck.
Because if this is enough to make you just fucking lose your shit, I have been nothing but civil. You've been the one throwing all the right jabs, talking about how I'm fucking a man that just pretends to be a woman, purposefully trying to get under my skin. You've been the one that's tried every underhanded tactic fucking possible to try to one-up me, when you aren't worth the fucking salt, buddy.
And
You don't
he's
shake
the
a
one
stick
that's
at me,
saying that
you
you're the
never
one
will.
trying to troll Beardmo.
And the thing is, you're not
Alright, we'll pause it there. I think most people get the point. It is widely available and pretty easy to find, so... So that was from a few years ago. That's from all the GG Revolt, Gamergate sort of stuff. Trying to work out that information is super hard and impossible because you get all sorts of different versions, especially from John Kelly himself, who was invited on the stream at any time as well. So the other thing was so what he basically did is he looked at my video about Drama Queen and basically said that it was an op and that we were working for Ralph since July and Drama Queen was in on it as well, likely in on it, he wasn't sure about that one, and that we were just trying to take down COG, that the whole thing was bullshit. That's the part that doesn't make much sense to me. Oh, here we go. Oh, Spectre was in the waiting room. He's just disappeared. So it all culminated in him doing multiple streams. I went on John Kelly's stream. A few other different things happened. And it culminated in myself... well, there was the part where I trolled him as well on stream. Let's have a quick look at that. Oh, so good. I did...
On Happy Hour.
You know what I'll do. Yeah, this is via Happy Hour. I couldn't find the Happy Hour bloody clip because it's so bloody hard finding.
Just responds with,
Yeah, if you'd asked, I got it. It's all on BitChute.
All right, I'll play this and then we'll bring Spectre in.
yeah, so I wanted to, but it was Stretch's DMs that had the info relating to him. So it was his call because Cog was potentially going to be pissed at him. Can you please unmute Stretch? He will help. Okay, I see what he did there. Well, there's a way around that. Alright, so as you clearly saw on video, he's trying to hide what he said. He's going back and editing it. I'm going to say that this is a troll, but it's also... But at the same time, while this is a clever little troll, I think he's also trying to take back the shit he said here. And he realizes it's embarrassing for him. When he is a friend and a co-host that I trust and have respect for, there was... Oh, okay, so apparently EarJuice deleted or edited something. Yep, see, right here. Decided to edit that out. I'm not sure why. I'm guessing he got... There he goes again. Like, if you want to go ahead and try to cover the evidence live, you can do that, EarJuice. It's not a good look.
Covering up the evidence.
This is a big lie you're
That's what I was
telling
doing.
here. Like, very, very clearly, people can tell that you blatantly lied about... Actually, I got an idea. We'll solve this way. Alright. Now you can't edit things. Like, yeah, he's saying that he didn't contact Cog. The guy he said that he's not trying to hurt in the video. He's saying he didn't contact him because Stretch was going to go ahead and, yeah, apparently Stretch would be mad at him. And here's Stretch saying, it'd be an issue for EarJuice not wanting to start drama between two separate parties. He's not a bad dude. You'll have it all wrong. And, let's see. Like, I know for...
He gets so
It
discombobulated.
got so fucked up, eh?
Alright, so yeah, these people, it's just the same bullshit over and over again, really. Like, they just do the same thing every time. Every time they claim to, like, stand for this or that thing, it's just the same bullshit. Anyway,
Yeah, so basically, I mean, that went on for a few minutes where he just was lost for words and it's all over the place and he completely fucked it up. But the reason why I did it is because he wouldn't, you know, I gave him all the truthful answers about what happened and how he just had it wrong. He was connecting dots that weren't there. And but then he just turned all of my answers into more bullshit and wouldn't let me come on stream. So, of course I was going to do that. But yes, that was fun. That was good fun. Let's bring Spectre in, though. Spectre, you are live on EJAS, sir! How you doing?
I don't care about it. That was the funniest part, was you just editing in real time the messages to call him a pussy and shit.
Well, at least he let me on the next stream, so we'll give him that. And he let me on the other day as well, so... He also...
I mean,
Oh, sorry.
he straight up banned me from his server. What was it? The day I lost my first Discord account, he banned me from his server. And I'm talking a straight up ban.
Right, because he said that he wanted you on stream. He's opened an invite for you to go on his stream to talk about.
Right, he said that previously. It wasn't about one of my videos. I had been. You'll probably go into this later, but he got into the whole. He started going after rackets, and you know, I'm coming in trying to set the record straight. And he's like, "Oh, Spectre, you can come on here." I'm like,
dick sucker, trying to.
Yes, I am.
Balls. Yep.
I am gonna shield them all goddamn day. But in all seriousness, he's like, you know, you can come on. I'm like, there's no point. You're going to mute me. You've done, you know, I've watched you do it to others. He's muting me in his chat, like in his YouTube chats. Like,
okay.
He was muting me. I think he was trying to goad me into going onto his show. But he straight up just like banned me from his server. Either the day I was banned initially on Discord or the day before, I don't know which, because I can't go back to look because that account's banned.
All right, well, since you're here, how long are you hanging around for? Because that will skip over a lot of the stuff that I was going to show.
At this point, it's going to be if the flu medication starts kicking in.
Oh, yeah, righto. Well, let's go into this one. This is Nick Ricada shouting out Gator's tweet, which is talking about your video. Then we're going to go into your first video, and if you want, you can stay around and talk about it. Or give you reasons why not. Alright, well, let's have a play.
I'm just harmlessly perusing the internet, Twitter, innocently. And I come across a tweet from Jim. Well, not Jim. Jim's friend, Mr. Anti-Bully. People brought up Ricada and someone he was arguing with getting outed for weird stuff. Jim language. Anyone have links to what that was about? Gator had a handy post that I hadn't seen here. And it says, Thidran's former best friend John Kelly, who has been going at Ricada and Vic supporters and passive-aggressively trying to get your attention for months, got outed by Spectre and Kiwi Farms for posting about touching his kid sister on a pedo forum. And let's... Here we actually have the screenshot, because it always helps to have the receipts. Oh, it's not letting me zoom in more than this on the actual picture. How annoying is that? I hate everything about this. But, okay, I'll read it. It's in really tiny print. I hope you guys can see it. But it says, I don't want to go into too much detail right now. But a few years ago, I ended up doing something I am ashamed of with my younger sister. I don't know if she remembers it, and I'm afraid that she'll tell my parents. It was a moment of weakness, and we were both young. This is allegedly John Michael Kelly. I want to point this out. This is allegedly John Michael Kelly. Both of us were under 16, and she was younger than me by a bit. By a bit. Not sure what the bit is. I'm sure she's still the same bit younger than him that she was. I was curious. I want to seek help because I've been feeling something else over the past few weeks thinking about her, and I'm scared of what this could mean. That is allegedly the account of John Michael Kelly. Spectre has done a video on it here. I'm not going to watch the whole video. I have no idea what it says, but it's John Michael Kelly's chickens come home to roost. So if you guys want to
Has no idea what it says. Just making that clear.
check out Spectre Speaks video, you can see here what he has to say about it. I can put the link in the. Maybe I should put the link in the description. Try and do that real quick. Spectre's video on JMK. There you go. That is.
Well, anyway, he shares it to the stream. He would say that was quite good for you, Spectre, because he shouted out your video and all of that. But clearly hadn't watched it. Does say allegedly. So.
Yeah, Nick hadn't watched it. He wasn't even active in his Discord that day, so there was no way he could have seen it beforehand.
And did you DM it to him or anything like that, or?
No, I didn't. I think I linked to it in the Discord. I'm pretty sure I shilled it. I know I shilled it in Gator's Discord, and I shilled it in, I think, yours. I'm pretty sure I did it in yours.
Yeah, you added it. Yeah,
and you were actually, yeah, you were amongst the people who said you really need to prove that this account, you really need to show how this account belongs to JMK.
Yeah.
And that's what led to the second video.
Yeah.
But like I linked to it, and there were a couple of people in Nick's Discord, in the voice chat specifically, who were like, you I think it was Corono. Corono's the one who sent it to Jim, and he sent it to, I think, Yellow Flash. I did end up getting a thing from a guy who claimed to be a news gatherer for that umbrella guy, Tug. But I told him to piss off because I'm not dealing with Tug ever. But like, I didn't shop this out outside of, linking it on Twitter and linking it in those channels.
Yeah, righto. All right, well, let's have a quick look at the actual video that he's referring to, and then we'll get your take on it. Because then that way I won't need to play the VC or anything. You're here, so
it's fine.
Go over it. Kill.
Over the past year, I've put out information, and I've done my best to validate and accurately provide everything I can in order to substantiate any claim I make, because I don't want it to be a wild accusation or a rumor. I don't like starting them. That being said, this one is a bit different because I've been able to confirm some things, but I haven't been able to confirm others. Right now, over the past couple of months, an individual named John Michael Kelly has been very vociferous in going after Nick Reeeeee, myself, other members of I Stand With Vic. And he's kind of gotten a little traction because Kick Vic personalities such as Mars Girl and Manjaw follow him. You also have Martin Beddick, etc. I posted about this in the previous video. And because he was providing screenshots, they overlooked his homophobia, his bigotry, his racism, in order to kind of counter Nick Reeeeee. Well, in August, I was made aware, right after he started his little thing, of some posts that he had allegedly made. And I wasn't sure about them to begin with. I didn't know who was who. I didn't know anything like that. And I held on to them, but over the last month and a half, I've made mention of JMK and pedophilia. And I've intentionally put those two together to see his reaction. And each and every time, despite his very vociferous and very willing rejections of things he claims are lies, the deflection from them or just screaming you're a liar. He's intentionally ignored this and tried to shut it up. And so I started to take that at face value.
All right, so I just would like to quickly go over that, Spectre. So, because that was the one thing that you sort of based your decision off, and well, that's what you told me. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Where you said that you didn't like his reaction when you called him a pedophile, because usually he will say that's not true and deny it. Is that what? Like, what do you mean by his reaction? He's
very quick to launch denials and deflections of things that he says are lies. And it doesn't matter who says it. He is focused. Whenever I say something, he'll very quickly jump in to say, you're a fucking liar. Nick says something, you're a fucking liar, stuff like that. And then this was like the one thing, and I would tag him and I would make mention of it, and he'd simply ignore it. And that kind of got the noggin jogging, if you will. And that, when I say that I didn't like his response, it's not that I didn't like that he wasn't spurging out. It's his lack of a response was vastly different to responses for other things that people say, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it's your video, so. All right, well, let's keep on going.
But I started to dig a little deeper because there were some things that I figured I should look into. And I ended up contacting the FBI about this. Now, the FBI says that they can neither confirm nor deny that the forums this post allegedly comes from actually existed and that they took it down. I would have to submit a Freedom of Information Act request. I don't know why. It's either yes or no to get any information that I want. That can take 6 months to a year. That being said, I have been able to confirm independently that these forums did exist, and roughly around 2014, they were party banned. That's the best I can come up with. There's no Wayback Machine. There's no archive, nothing. I've put the text in this into Google, and it just shoots back nothing. It doesn't exist. So
how did you verify? Do you want to just clarify how you verified that it was a website? And anything you want to say about the Freedom of Information thing? I know that can be somewhat limited.
Yeah, see, this is where I actually have to phrase things properly because, again, what happened this week, a couple of people did very basic whois to check on domain names, registration, stuff like that. And then there were a couple of other things that were done behind the scenes. I don't pretend to know what they did. I don't pretend to, and I'm not going to say, oh, this is what they did, because I simply can't explain it, and it wouldn't be doing it justice. But the forums, at the very least, did exist up until about 2014. And whatever happened to them, nobody seems able to really tell. As for the FOIA, there is a FOIA in, however, the Department of Justice has the ability to refuse to answer a FOIA, and they can cite pretty much an exception clause stating that there is either an ongoing investigation or foreign counterintelligence, stuff like that. So depending on the response or non-response I get to my FOIA request, because they have to say we're in receipt of it and this is our response, that's going to really determine, that's going to point fingers, if you will.
All right. So, and what do you think it has do you think this has anything to do in relation to John Kelly himself, or is it just you don't know what's happening?
Before we move on from here, this already sounds like bullshit.
Oh,
you don't have anybody. You say you spoke to people behind the scenes. You don't know how, but they verified that this website actually existed.
I don't
ended on a
pretend
in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any screenshots of anybody saying anything about 2014. You don't have, and you yourself could not find any evidence that this actually existed.
Right.
At this point, it's just you hearing shit from other people. And the way that you're already describing the FOIA and the way that you described it in your video is already setting it up so that if you don't get a response, oh, maybe he's under investigation.
Right. And that's the problem with this is there's answers that can make it look like I'm trying to weasel out of things. As I said, I can't explain what they did to confirm that this forums used to exist, only because I don't understand the technology behind it. I know that a couple of people on Nick Rekieta's did a who is, and they were shot back with, yes, these exist. They were registered, gave a list of registries, names, and stuff like that. And after 2014, I guess it's been owned by some shell corporation or some shit like that. I don't know. I'd have to look it back up. But the problem is that when you say something like this, there's always going to be responses that are going to look like you're just trying to weasel out. You wanted to slander the guy. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I do.
Well, that's exactly what this looks like. And there's another underlying theme that is kind of the focal point of these videos. And it's tying him to Kick Vic. Which is completely fucking absurd to me. Why would you even bring Kick Vic up or try to tar Kick Vic with this same brush when you're making a video outing somebody as an incestual pedophile? Incestuous pedophile. Like that is like there's your motive right there to make this
when it comes right down to it, Kick Vic does this thing where
Who gives a fuck about Kick Vic? That's my point.
And why are you asking
Who gives a fuck about? You brought it up.
Why are you asking
made
about
it? You made it the focal point of your video.
It's not the focal point. It's mentioned, yes. And it's mentioned specifically because this is the allegations that have been made. This is a thing where they go, we don't support pedophilia, but you guys do because you had a pedophile who claimed to be a supporter of Vic Mignogna. And then you have something like this, you have Sarah Weidenheft, whose brother pled no contest to possession of child pornography.
Who gives a fuck? Why does this matter? Why does it relate to this video that you're making about a dude calling him an incestuous pedophile with a screenshot of a forum that you can't find the existence of?
Because at the end of the day, it was a question of how do we put this? What it comes down to is this is the kind of stuff that is going on behind the scenes with Kick Vic, where you have stuff like this happening, and it's just another ember on the fire, you could say, where you can point to this and go, as much as you're saying that we do this, here's what you guys are supporting.
They don't
and
know
here's
that.
What's going on.
Are you trying to accuse them of harboring pedophiles in their movement? Because
Kick Vic,
you're
absolutely.
the one that's exposed this. Are you saying that he's a known pedophile and only Kick Vic people know this and they're harboring him?
I wouldn't say known pedophile, but again,
What do you mean?
The Rookie thing. Nobody knew Rookie was a pedophile up until he was completely doxxed by Kiwi Farms. And when that was put out, a lot of individuals on Kick Vic were saying, oh, you guys were supporting a pedophile. You knew he was a pedophile beforehand. So
you're doing the same exact thing to them that they did to you?
It was yes and no.
What you don't agree with, what you had an issue with when they did to you, you're doing to them because it's politically convenient.
That's a fair way to.
That's a fair way to.
It's a fair way to look at it, but at the same time, it's what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If people want to play by a certain set of rules, they can't bitch about those rules when it's turned around onto them. I mean, if you want to set up rules, you can't then turn around and go, I don't like the rules because they're being used against me. So attaching John Michael Kelly to Kick Vic John Michael Kelly accuses me of aiding and abetting, federal felonies, the wire fraud, and and what they accuse Nick Rekieta of doing, the wire fraud and stuff like that. And then you turn it around on them, and it's like, no, you can't do that to me. Hammering it home, kind of giving them a taste of their own, giving them a taste of their own medicine serves a purpose of, okay, maybe they'll learn from it. Not likely. I'll fully admit this. It's not very likely they will. But at the same time, it kind of shows how hypocritical what their response is. Is it hypocritical of me to do the same thing? Absolutely. But, I can accept it's hypocritical. I will freely admit it's hypocritical.
So, where did you get that post from? I mean, I already know the answer to this, but
it was sent to me by someone on Twitter.
From Plate?
Their account has since from Plate. I don't think it's Plate.
Okay.
As far as I know, it wasn't from Plate.
Oh, okay. It's just that's what you said one other time. So.
Oh.
All right. So what?
Wait.
I said that because I've never dealt with Plate.
God damn it! Now I have to find it. Cool, Spectre. Let's try it. People don't know shit about him.
Rekieta bullshit. And it came from somebody, I believe they were in Plate Gang, but they said they were looking into it. They're pretty sure this is John Michael Kelly under one of his pseudonyms. And, hold on to it because you never know.
There you go. That's why I asked, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I got a couple of screenshots, like 6 of them. 3 of them they were shopped and I just threw them out. The other 3, this was the only one that I ever said, okay, this might have something to go with it. As I said, I don't think this one came from Plate. Some of the others could have, because I know that he's pissed off some people in Plate, but none of them rose to the level of pedophilia. It was just stupid shit.
Who did you get them from?
I'd have to go on and look.
So you don't even know, it's not even someone of note?
No one that I know, no.
You got this from a random fucking person.
Back in August, yes.
All right, so let's talk about the connection to, because basically this video just shows us one post. It is from a UJ Dalius. That's who it is?
UJ Dalius, yes.
Dalius, and the connection is that John Kelly used to use that username. If you go to his actual YouTube page, he is actually youtube.com/user/UJ Dalius. So that is the main connection.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing else. So basically, you're given the post by someone 4 months ago, probably not Plate. You didn't like his reaction. Did you show him the post when he started calling him Peter or whatever, or you just didn't like his reaction?
No, I didn't. I didn't show him anything only because it's like you put it out there and then he starts losing his shit, saying, "Oh, they're gonna start trying to smear me as a pedophile," and you kind of, when it comes to something like this, you don't want to deal with you don't want to put it out there because he's going to say no. He's probably going to make it public and go, "Oh, this is going to, he's going to say this is the next assault coming," and it allows him to start building up a story, which is kind of,
all he really has.
Hold on a second. You just out of the blue started calling him a pedophile.
I insinuated, yeah, I alleged pedophilia. I never actually came out and said, yeah, you're definitely a pedophile. But I would tag, you know, in responses to him, I would make mention of pedophilia, or you know, when he was trying to get the Threadnought people or kick Vic to side with him, you know, you'd make mention of pedophilia, but I'd also throw in like Sarah Weidenheft and her defense of her brother with CP, stuff like that. So it wasn't a direct, I guess it's better to say it's not a direct allegation. And looking back, now that you've put it that way, Heph, I can kind of see why he might not have responded, because he might have thought I was talking about Sarah or someone. But
or that you're just talking shit on the internet.
But I don't, one of the things that should be noted is I really don't throw around the claim of pedophile willy-nilly.
Well, you've done it
Nobody
twice. You've done it twice, and this
You've done it.
You've done it to Geek, and now you've done it here. So,
and you also told Ralph and Andy that they were gonna get the fucking FBI kicking down their door because they watched child porn.
Is that not a fair thing to say to them? I would get a lawyer because you literally just watched and disseminated child porn. That was what I said.
Watch child porn.
There was absolutely child porn on that stream. But be that as it may, I'd never accused them of being pedophiles. My response was, Ralph, you need to get an attorney because the FBI is not going to care.
That's besides the point. This is all completely, we're going off into the weeds here.
Yeah.
But you did accuse Geek of pedophilic behavior.
Absolutely.
When it was 100% obviously a joke. I saw all of this happen live. I was in that Discord. I saw this shit with my own eyes. It is without a doubt that was a joke. The context surrounding it all obviously made it a joke.
And I believe my response when I put it out there was, I know it's a joke, but it's no less creepy.
All right, well, I'll just read what Geek Philly said about it. Well, he, as Inspector, wanted to come on the warpath when we talked shit on COG. He kept blowing up in DMs to get on. Told him to fuck off with it. Stop DMing me over and over again while I'm running a show. He got mad, saw the post in the server, then proceeded to clip it completely out of context and took it right to COG to get revenge on me. Lol. I made a joke. Then they said their age, and I was like, well, I rescind my comment. He also said, then he took a conversation I was having with someone else and said that I was making that comment to the tranny. Just ask him for his proof. He will show you clearly photoshopped an image. Ask for that image. I didn't ask you for the image, by the way. I forgot.
Yeah, I'd like to know what image I photoshopped.
I saw that, and you absolutely did.
Well, it's the one that you gave to COG that he made lots of
and you put it together, and you had to make another fucking video
to show that yes, everything is in context.
With it in context, it was not how you originally showed it.
Yes, it was.
No, it
in
was
context.
Not.
It was 100%.
Why clip
because
it
was claimed
because there was only three fucking lines in between those two sections.
It was claimed by Geek Thulu and Andy that the entire thing was photoshopped. That the conversation itself never happened. Andy's words: the conversation in the server never happened.
Well, I don't know. I never heard Andy say that.
Andy said that. That's actually.
I don't know what Andy said that. Andy very well could have lied about that.
And the response video was to show that yes, this conversation happened. This conversation friggin' happened. And after that, both Andy and Geek shut up for a bit. I didn't call Geek a pedophile.
Never shut the fuck about. Geek never shut up. That.
Geek shut up about it for a bit. He banned me from the server and he shut up about it on Twitter. But the point of the matter is that I never called Geek a pedophile for the first 3 to 4 months. I didn't. Because my opinion was Geek was not a pedophile. The entire thing was creepy as shit. You know who said he was a pedophile? COG was saying he was a pedophile. Other people were saying he was a pedophile. I never said that. I only started saying it.
I think COG said he was creepy, yeah.
Dog's a cook.
It was
okay,
Yue and some others.
Yue
so-
pretty much called him a pedophile.
Yeah, Yue.
Okay,
basically
but
did.
I never said that Geek was a pedophile up until about December, only because he kept saying, you accused me of being a pedophile. And my response was, okay, I'm just going to use the term pedophile from now on because you just cannot stop using it.
I don't know. I mean, I told you this in the VC straight after the video, and it's that, you know, you basically got one screenshot, and that is it. There's not really much connection, and it's just you ranting, and it's... I think sometimes you don't understand the power that a video has. Like when I put out a video, and it's a lore video, and something minute is wrong, that's gonna... Or people are gonna come at me with what my intentions are, or... hey, you got this wrong, so the whole video's wrong, and it really blows up. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
you have to be ready to stand by that. I say, okay, it's an interesting point. Yeah, the usernames are the same, but I wouldn't be... Like, if it was my case, there would be no... I might make a post and say, hey, this is interesting, but there's no way I'd put that into a video and stand by it, and at the end of that video start ranting and raving saying this is disgusting, John Kelly should be ashamed, and all of this.
And that's what the second video was. It was to put together that the UJ Daedalus name, he had been using it, and I believe in Kiwi Farms they were able to establish that he's been using it since like 2011. 2011, 2000, like I think 2009 someone said. I can't confirm that one, but like as you said, you really need to link the name, John Michael Kelly, to this screen name. And that's what I did in the second video, was establishing that he has used this name. He's used it for close to at least 9 years now. And that's what the second video is.
All right, how long ago was Gamergate? About what?
15, 16.
15, 16, right? That's when he kind of rose to... That's when anybody knew who he was at all. Right?
Right.
This is 2011, the post. June 10.
And that post is from 2011. That site has supposedly been gone since 2014. Why would somebody screenshot that before they even knew who the fuck he was?
From what they had explained to me is they were taking screenshots of people on this site. Don't ask me why they were even on the site to begin with, of people who talked about actually touching little kids. And I guess this is one of them that came up.
Right.
And this person that happened to be screenshotting images of people on this site talking just so happened for some fucking how, some fucking way, they happen to know about John Kelly a fucking 9 years after the fact, 8 years after the fact.
I mean,
and
this could have been somebody.
link his YouTube fucking channel name.
Well, again, he's been using this on Steam since like 2011, I guess.
Yeah, so that makes it that much easier for somebody to take a name that he isn't currently using.
Right, but at the same time,
as his main handle, and put that on the screenshot.
Right, but at the same time, if he's using it since 2011, but he only came to prominence in 2016 or what have you, taking his YouTube username and throwing it on there without doing your own deep dive or what have you, would be, if it came out that he never used it prior to like 2016, then you could discount it and say, oh, this is just trying to go after him because they're anti-Gamergate or whatever.
Do you see my point, though?
No, I understand what you're saying.
I mean, how does that how does what you said make sense? Yes, of course they're going to use the screen name that he would have had during the same time. It's very easy to fucking see what his Steam screen name was and previous usernames were, just by right-clicking on his account.
Have you analyzed this and like zoomed in on it to see if it was doctored or had anybody look over it?
I've had one guy look at it because after the whole quartering. Oh God, no! I didn't ask Gator to do it. After the whole quartering issue, I asked people to do it. I mean, I've zoomed in on Photoshop. I've looked at it. I've tried taking portions and seeing if they line up. It looks okay to me. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. But I did have a friend of mine who does graphics design and imaging go through it. He said, no, it looks good. And he used as a template the forums for MTG Salvation, which uses a very similar, to this day, uses a very similar background and a very similar setup. And he said it's a 1-for-1 match.
Do you have this screenshot?
I've got it up on screen at the moment.
Well, no, I want to see it close. I can't fucking read that.
Yeah, I can't zoom in on it. No, I don't actually.
Well, can you just drop it in the Discord?
All right, well, I'll keep playing a bit of this video anyway, where it starts linking back to Kick Vic and then your little rant at the end.
Occasionally get these moderators' notes, but if you go to something like Kiwi Farms or something, it's usually a note that's in the below the signature or whatnot. But I'm familiar with this forum's setup. It's generally speaking this is the case.
That's not it.
And it would make sense if you look at how he reacts to anybody.
Oh shit! I just closed the screen.
Gay people, minorities, etc. The biggest bigots are the people with the skeletons in their closet they don't want you to know about. It's not just on the right; it's also on the left. But if this is the case, the one sister we know about, would have been under 10. That's the only sister we've been able to confirm is younger than him. I want you to think about that for a second. He touched a sister that was under the age of 10. How disgusting is that? How disgusting is that? But he wants to lecture you about degeneracy, ladies and gentlemen. He wants to do his little streams talking about degeneracy. When this is John Michael Kelly, not just a homophobe, not just a bigot, but an incestuous pedophile. As I said, I have done my best to validate everything. And
yeah, so it's basically you saying that he is not just this, not just that, but an incestuous pedophile slamming fists on the table. It's the sort of, it's just the way that you went about it with one screenshot, not much else. And then you've got Gator and Nick Ricator and even Jim talking about it. Nick Ricator on stream. I don't know, man. It's just it's something that it would piss me off if someone did the video on me like that.
Right.
That's all. I mean, I've told you this behind the scenes, so that would be my only thing with it.
And I mean, I understand that you made the second video, but what the fuck went through your head to make this first one and not verify anything, even though you still haven't verified anything?
I mean, I went off of the
just to be 100% clear, you haven't verified shit. There's no proof that this exists. You have a screen.
And I've said that already.
Does it even say on this screenshot what forum this is from?
No. I have what the URL was.
But there's nothing tying this screenshot to that forum. You have a screenshot of a post in a forum.
I don't know, man.
Completely fucking retarded. That's despicable, dude. That's fucking scumbag shit. You're a piece of shit. I'm sorry. You're a fucking piece. You're a piece of shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. John Kelly is a fucking retarded, fucking idiot.
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
Too. I mean, show me some verifiable evidence that he's a pedophile, and I'll fucking burn the motherfucker too. I'll call the FBI right now. but you don't have shit. You fucking sack of shit, dude. You're a sack of shit. If somebody came to you and accused you of being a pedophile with some shit like this, and then you try to slander a whole fucking movement, this is all fucking politically motivated. It's so incredibly obvious to me.
Okay.
And now you're talking about, oh, your fucking buddies in the fucking FBI are calling you up to tell you that they're coming to your house to have you sign a fucking NDA about this to get you to take down your YouTube videos. Suck my dick, you fucking lie.
Okay.
You're so full of shit. It's incredible.
How much can you talk about with that, Spectre? Or do
He
you
can
want me
talk
to
all he wants. He never signed shit. He's lying.
Do you want me to read out the post, or do you want to?
You should.
explain
It's
it?
fucking hysterical.
God damn it, Heph.
I mean,
It's absurd. It's fucking absurd, dude.
All right, so
that's the problem with something like this is even if you validate X, Y, and Z, people are still going to say, well, did you validate this? No, I didn't. The UJ data list thing, for example.
You didn't validate anything, dude. You didn't validate a single thing. There's nothing validated about
even
this.
if I brought evidence to support X, Y, and Z, because there's no Google cache or, this doesn't exist. And this is
You have nothing on this screenshot tying it to that website. Boom, done.
just a username, yeah. That's the thing.
There's nothing in that screenshot tying it to the fucking website you're saying it's tied to, besides somebody telling you that it is. And you don't even know who the fuck that is. You see how ridiculous this sounds?
All right, so Spectre, do you want to explain the FBI stuff, or I don't know what you want to talk about?
So the FBI thing, Friday afternoon, I got a call from my friend. He's the one who hand delivered my FOIA. And faxed it, I guess, but whatever.
The Freedom
And
of
he
Information request that you sent to the FBI about because of that post. Just clarifying, yeah.
Yes, I want it specifically. It's asking about the forums, the history, if the FBI did party ban the forums, what's going on with that, and that's essentially the gist of the FOIA. But I was instructed, or I was told, I should say, that Monday I would be getting a little visit. Nothing big. I'm not a suspect or anything, but you're going to have a couple of agents show up. They want to talk to you about this, what you know, stuff like that. My response was, do I need to have a lawyer present? Him, as an FBI agent, I'm going to say no, but you do you. I had my lawyer show up for it just to cover my ass. Essentially, some of the stuff that I found out, yes, is under essentially an NDA. And I can't say more than that. The FOIA request, they asked me to take down the videos themselves. And if I didn't, they had a court order to, if I didn't, one, hand over anything that I had on this case, but also didn't take the videos down, then they were just going to take my laptop, or not my laptop, my desktop, my phone, and my tablet. And they would comb through it to find out anything else I might have on this topic.
Right.
My feeling from this was that this was not specifically about JMK, but something else. Because they never really talked about JMK directly.
So what?
So
do you think?
Hold on a second.
Yeah. Okay.
So they asked you, just tell us what else you know and take down your YouTube video, or we're going to take all of your electronics
and find out what you know. Yeah. Find out whatever else you might have on here.
Does that make any fucking sense to anybody else in here? Take down your YouTube video, and we won't take your electronics.
For a screenshot that's from 2011? Yeah, I don't know.
Because you called a nobody online a pedophile. The FBI came to your door, had you sign not an NDA, but something else.
No, it's not about JMK. I specifically just said it was about my FOIA requesting information on this website. I literally just said, I got the feeling that it was not about JMK, but about the site as a whole.
So the site that isn't tied to the screenshot that you posted.
No, this site that is tied to, to the screenshot.
That isn't tied to the screenshot. How is it tied to the screenshot?
Apparently, that's the name that came from. The screenshot came from a site I had the URL for. That's what the FOIA was for.
So you were trying to get what, like a log of that website or something?
I wanted to see, once again, if the website had existed and had been party banned. You know, if the FBI had taken it down, DOJ had taken it down, or whatever, then, you know, there should have been some kind of message, or you could even go back and check. And we just had a site that was taken down by DOJ, not like last week or something, where there's a splash page saying this site has been taken down by court order. And I can't find anything about that, but the site did exist. So the FOIA was to see, what can you tell me about this site? Did you guys take it down?
Right.
Wait, so now it's the site that you got the screenshot from that got taken down by...
The site the screenshot is purportedly from.
No. Not the whatever the what's it called, the look but don't touch, but another site that had this screenshot, not the post, the screenshot on, got taken down.
No, the screenshot, the site that the screenshot supposedly came from, i.e., the site that the screenshot originates from.
So the post, the original post, that site has been taken down.
Yes.
So how have you tied this post to that site? Because there's nothing on that post that ties it to the site.
All I can say is that the site did exist.
But there's nothing that post could have been made on any other forum that uses that same exact fucking layout.
Yes, it could have been.
So
that's
then
why
you
I
have
put in
nothing that ties it to that
That's why I
site
put in a
besides what
FOIA
somebody...
request on that site. Can you confirm this site existed? Was it taken down by DOJ? Can you confirm that this post existed? And that was it. That's pretty much the FOIA.
Okay. Well,
all right, but back to my original point. You had nothing to confirm this. And you ran with this story.
After the docs of JMK came out on Kiwi Farms, yes, I started to look into it. I did the FOIA probably about 2 weeks later, and then started looking into this, and I said, you know, maybe there's some validity to this.
All right, so how long ago was that? You said you got this poster on August.
Mm-hmm.
John Kelly's been doxxed for months now.
He was fully doxxed on Kiwi Farms in December.
The fuck? You guys are behind the times.
Not a problem. He was never... There was apparently a thread that was in the Proving Grounds years ago on him, but he was never anybody specific. It's when he started going after rackets and he started going after, Mignana and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
That's when people started noting him.
Right.
Yeah, people have known who John Michael Kelly was for a while.
Oh, I'm not denying that.
All right.
What I'm saying
that's
is,
besides the point. So it got posted in December. So last month, his
middle of December
docs was posted on Kiwi Farms. You had this screenshot from somebody from August who, correct me if I'm wrong here, told you it was Kelly.
Yes.
Crybaby Kelly, as I affectionately like to refer to him. And that it came from this site that you've said is look but don't touch.
I was under the impression it was we look but don't touch, but that one apparently never existed. Look but don't touch is the one that exists apparently.
John Michael
Or
Kelly,
existed.
welcome
Yo.
to EJAS. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing
Hey,
well.
Mike. Hey, John, how are you?
Doing great.
Good to see you, buddy.
Awesome.
So here's the thing.
Thank you for both turning up. I did invite you both.
I got a couple of questions for Spectre. I'm not really going to talk about much else.
Yep.
Okay, so firstly, Spectre, how many people sent you that screenshot exactly?
One person.
So why'd you say 3 in the first video?
I said I got 5 to
Sent
6
this-
people who sent me different screenshots.
No, you didn't.
2 to 3 I threw the hell out because they were
EarJuice,
very
can you-
clearly photoshopped.
Yeah.
EarJuice, can you play the part where he says that it's like 3 people sent him this screenshot?
Oh, I don't know the timestamp. Is it right at the start or?
It's towards the beginning, yeah.
All right.
He very clearly said it.
Months. An individual named John Michael Kelly.
Also,
has been
did you yourself send the file request, Spectre?
very I did, vociferous. yes.
Then why did you say on Kiwi Farms that someone hand delivered it to the FBI?
Because I had my friend hand deliver it. I
Okay,
typed
so
it up.
you sent-
I signed it. I handed it to him. He
Those are
brought
two
it up to
different
his
things.
office.
Those are 2 different things. You said you sent
Not
it,
really.
and then you had
You
someone
not
else
really.
send it.
No, I'm saying I submitted it.
Yeah, it was his friend in the Boston field office or something. That's how it was
Yes.
explained to me.
Why didn't you mention this in the first place?
I did.
Because he's lying.
I'm fairly certain I did.
Because you're full of shit, dude. You're full of shit.
I would have remembered that if you said it in
Just
the
like
original
just
video.
like you got the FBI to sign an agreement where if they don't fucking respond with your FOIA within 3 months, that you're allowed to put your fucking videos back up.
If
Spectre,
they do not respond to it,
That
I'm
is
allowed
that
to
is
put it back up.
absurd.
Spectre, you realize
And they're
they need
gonna
a
sign
warrant
this
for that,
agreement
right?
with you on the spot. You may as well rip it up and throw it out because it's invalid. If
No,
any of
that's-
this happened,
Spectre,
My
they need
lawyer said
they need a
roughly
warrant
the
for
same
that.
thing.
your
We have a
lawyer
shit lawyer
drafted.
then.
Hold on, Kelly. 1 second. Your lawyer on the spot drafted a fucking agreement because you didn't know that they were going to have you sign this NDA and take your videos down before they showed up. So you had your lawyer draft something since she was at your house, right? You had her draft
She was
something.
present, yes.
You had her draft something and have them sign it. The field agent sign it on the
I
spot.
did have her draft it. I wrote
Then
it
where'd
up.
you pull this from?
What do
So
you
they
mean?
sat you while you typed up a fucking agreement?
Yes. My lawyer looked it over. She said, this looks good. I don't know if it's legally binding, but here you go.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Spectre, didn't you ever take a civics class? They need a warrant before they can take your stuff, dude.
That's what a court order was for.
Okay, sure.
All right.
It's convenient to mention that
They had a
just
court
now.
order, they just decided not to use it because you so kindly agreed to take down your YouTube.
They figured, look, we can do it the easy way or the hard
Fucking
way. It's
retard, dude.
not exactly
Dude, the FBI doesn't work
unheard of.
that way.
It's not exactly unheard of.
So, does
Spectre,
your
got another question.
well,
Is this all because you're personal friends with one of the fucking agents in the Boston
Quite possible.
office?
I don't know.
That they're being so
I mean,
generous with you.
don't you think I would have known beforehand that they had her?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said-
I was laughing too hard. Hold on.
all right.
I mean, the point-
FBI donated $2. Was it Agent Inzerillo that contacted you? And that isn't how NDAs work, and they would need a seizure warrant. Also, have you spoken to your lawyer about coming on streams and other people playing your video? Like,
I can't stop other people from playing the videos. I mean, hold on.
Yeah,
let me
well,
try
that's a
this.
good
Okay.
point. Yeah.
EarJuice, please don't play the video. The FBI will get really mad at me.
no, fuck you.
That's your response?
But
I can't stop you from playing the video.
Yeah, I
but you
get
came
that,
on the
but
stream
if you're
by
on
your
the
own
stream
volition
discussing the video
to
while we play it.
discuss the exact details of this
Okay.
video. Your presence here alone confirms that you're full of shit, dude.
Okay.
Well,
That's-
Spectre, why haven't the
Did they,
FBI
wait,
used-
did they just say, wait, take these videos down, but you can make as much fucking content about this, the same exact information as you want moving forward? That doesn't
No,
that
and in
has nothing to
fact,
do with
I'm
this
being
NDA that you signed.
Yes, anything I saw in that paperwork that they showed me, I can't speak on.
Right.
That's
Then
what
why
the
would-
NDA was for, and I said this.
So you stand by that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then why were you talking about, oh, I don't think it had to do with John Kelly. I think it had to do with something else. Isn't that breaking the NDA?
No. Stating
Okay,
specifically. Stating
Okay, I
specifically.
totally believe you.
Let me can stating specifically.
Why didn't you go to the
I
Pentagon?
don't think
No question.
any of the I don't think
General
any of
Mattis
this
would like
had
to know.
anything to do with John Michael Kelly, but about the website itself. That's
The
not
website
breaking
that
The
doesn't
one that you
exist
keep-
and
NDA.
never
the one
did
that
exist.
you keep bringing up.
Like you mentioned the Whois data, like you can just do this yourself. You can go to a website, whois.com, internethistoryofname.net. I did this on stream. The last stream I did. I don't know if you watched or not. You probably did because you're monitoring my comments. But
I
why
really
didn't you just?
didn't. I'll be
Okay,
honest
cool.
with you. I really didn't.
Someone else sent you
I
a
think
screenshot.
I
I got the
had
second part
like
of this.
I mean, I had two people in my Discord DM saying, "Hey, he's going to do a stream on you." My response was, "Let's see." So he's doing it stream. 10 people will watch on me. Okay, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And then the response was, "All right." And then at 12:32 a.m., I'll snipe it on D Live if I'm on time.
How many people watch your stream, Spectre?
I don't know. When was the last time I streamed?
I don't know. How many views do you usually get on your
That's
videos?
the fucking point. I don't know.
How many views do you usually get on your videos?
Let me go check.
Well, if you check his gaming channel, he gets like an average of 13 views.
Yeah, sounds about right.
John Kelly, I'll just play this video that you brought up.
Sure.
In alphabet soup.
The
federal-
alphabet soup part. Let's do
JMK
that.
has been is being
Okay.
investigated apparently by an alphabet soup federal bureaucracy, and specifically because of previous posts he had made. It was previous posts he had made specifically about attacking members of the left, the media, and Antifa, from what I understand. I'm not going to say who it is. It's not the FBI. Excuse me. It's not the FBI, but he is being investigated.
All right, so it's alphabet soup law enforcement, FBI, not the FBI, is investigating you at the moment, John Kelly.
It's
Did
the
you know
NSA.
about this, John Kelly?
I had no idea until Spectre said that in this video.
Spectre,
How
do
do
you
you
want
know?
to?
How do you know this?
Yeah, do you want to explain that? This is one thing I did want to hit you up about.
The allegation is that he's being looked into, along with a couple of people from, I guess, Burgers and Fries and Gamergate Revolt, for having, I don't know if it was threatened Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn, or if there were talks about going after Antifa. I won't lie, I kind of zoned out when they were explaining it. I was like, whatever.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah,
Who
that
explained
came
to
from
you?
somebody on that came from somebody on Racket server. So
Well, you should probably
Oh
out that
my
person because he's
God.
full of shit.
Are you listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth? Do you realize why nobody takes you seriously, dude?
I mean, I don't care if people take me seriously or not.
Well, yeah, you obviously fucking do. You obviously do.
Mhm.
Because you're on this stream right now, and you're sending shit to Nick Reeeeee for little head pats on his stream.
I mean, did I send something to Nick Reeeeee about this on his
Well,
stream?
you're fucking spreading this. You said you put this in his server, didn't you? You said
I
you
believe I
shilled your
did, yes.
videos in his server.
I said I believe I did.
The same guy that you made Twitter accounts for, the same guy that you've been ball washing. And finally, he gave you your little head pat on stream. Exactly
I
what
guess,
you've
like-
been looking for. Exactly what you've been doing
I didn't
since
put
I
it
ever
in
fucking
bracket
heard of
server.
you. Going
I
around
did
to
not put it
different
in Mercator
Ecelebs,
server.
swinging from one Eceleb's nuts to another like some sort of fucking faggot Tarzan, looking for any sort of clout. And how are you going to get clout? By going after John Kelly, who's been going after Nick with
Please,
this
there were a
kick
lot of
faggotry.
other people who would be a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
better options if I was looking for clout.
Yeah, but you didn't have anybody else that had a fucking retarded goddamn screenshot alleging that they were an incestuous pedophile. Did you? Because I'm sure you tried to burn other people on shit. I scrolled through your fucking Twitter timeline trying to burn Tugs or whatever and his fucking retarded wife. Not like I give an ever flying fuck about any of this gay shit.
Right.
Just to be clear, I don't care. You're all faggots. But you, in particular, deserve to be burned at the stake for being a lying faggot.
John Kelly, was there anything else you wanted to ask Spectre in relation to this before we go on to the next Spectre section?
Sure. Why didn't you just go to the Pentagon? You know, General Mattis, General Dunford, those guys.
That's what I was going to play
Because
next.
is it going to be the Zoom? Is it going to be the Zoom thing? Because I've already literally gone over that. I
About how
poked
you
the holes in
changed
it
your name?
on Cog's show.
There's a lot of holes
About
in
how
this.
you
Spectre.
changed your name before you became an officer? Is that what you're going to say?
No, after, actually.
Yeah, because there's the time that we spoke about it, Spectre, in a VC or something. And so, but while you're
honestly,
here,
I'm more
getting your
curious.
take.
I'm more curious about your adult friend finder's account.
The what?
I'm kind of curious about that one too. I don't know what to say. I wouldn't
say shit about it either.
That's a new one. I mean, I had an OKQ account for a while, but
How'd you go?
when was the last time I logged?
Get the ladies?
When was the last time I logged into that?
All right, well, let's play this clip. I think it is.
Hold on, you gotta put that screenshot up because, in my
are we
opinion,
putting-
this is
are
more
we-
valid than anything fucking Spectre's shown.
Where's the
as
where's the
playing-
screenshot?
we're playing
Where?
the Zoom.
in our group chat.
Are we playing the Zoom one?
Does that has his email on there? I don't want to say that without Spectre agreeing to it. So,
All right, but you see it there. At least there's a
I mean, it's-
website and an email attached to it.
all right, you cool? Well, okay. It says adultfriendfinder.com account from 2016. Username FaheyUSMC. I'm not sure what that means. Okay.
I mean,
All right. So, well, it's the same thing, isn't it? Like, it's basically some old screenshot. I'm not going to stick by that. So, it's kind of like the screenshot from the pedophile thing. So,
Well, that's
Careful.
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
it's-
I
it's-
haven't verified the existence of this account, but
I mean, I haven't even verified the existence of this account.
yeah. That's
Careful, EarJuice. You may get a knock on the door by the FBI.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. They're coming. They're coming.
NSA.
Well, they're going to come into
Kidnap your Aussie ass.
international. Yeah. Come grab me. All right. Well, let's play a bit of this.
Is it the Zoom one?
I think it is. Actually, no, there was a 2-minute one that we were watching before the stream. Oh, let's
it's
play.
in the Zoom video.
I'm
It's
not
about
going
44
to-
seconds in. No, it's got the
I've-
clip. It's got the clip of you talking to Zoom.
Do you want just the clip? I got
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a second.
I mean, I'm really, if it's going to be the Zoom thing,
we don't have to go
not
through the
even-
Zoom claims. We can just play the clip.
I'm not even
We can just
addressing.
go
the
over
Zoom
what
thing
you said.
again.
We can just go over what you said.
All right. Let's.
Is it the one that I have since corrected and
Well, you've said something
explained
since
exactly
then.
what was going on?
Well,
Is it the
said
one where I
something-
say?
well, you've
Is it the
said
one where I
something.
say on the kill stream I'm going down to the Pentagon, and then when I went back and listened to it like the next day or something, I was like, oh, now I see what they're on to me about, and I corrected it to explain exactly what it was about.
No, nobody follows you. So what did you say?
All right, well, I can play it. Let's play
So
it.
what I
It's only a
what I
minute.
said on there was
Well, yeah, for context, let's play it on
Let's
the
play it.
stream.
Let's
Yeah,
play it.
go right
All
ahead.
Then you can go into.
Begging to come on. Spectre, you have 30 seconds, sir, to give your take, and don't say I never did anything for you. Spectre, go ahead.
All right. So you're claiming GS13SC status, correct, Zoom? I'm sorry, you're really low.
He said, I believe, yes.
Okay, cool. So you're claiming to be the pay grade equivalent in the civilian government of a light colonel or full commander. You understand
Can't make it
that
louder, sorry.
as an actual government employee, which I am as an O3E, as a former enlisted captain in the Marine Corps, and my ass is going down to the Pentagon next fucking week for at least a day, and I'm sitting down with Secretary Mattis and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dunford, among others. I bring this up to them because we have had such a fucking issue that I've become a mandated fucking reporter that I have to report this entire thing. And if you don't think that they're not gonna fucking subpoena shit, they will hand this shit off to the FBI. They will ship this off to the intel battalions in Okinawa and fucking at Fort Washuka, and they will fucking drag your shit up because they're not going to tolerate this. So if you are lying about this, if you are an actual pedophile, stand the fuck by, because they are going to find out, and they are not going to fucking take this. They are not going to take this way.
Okay.
Right.
That as an actual government employee, which
An actual government
I
employee,
am, as an O3E, as a
an O3E,
former enlisted captain in the
former enlisted Captain Marine,
Marine Corps, and
in
my
the
ass
Marine
is
Corps,
going down to the Pentagon.
and your ass is going down to the Pentagon. John Kelly, is
Yeah.
there anything you would like to ask about this?
No, I'll just say something about it. Like, Spectre will probably have some retarded defense that will not justify his claims at all. Everyone who's anyone knows the military does not at all work in this way. And you don't have to be an expert in the military to understand this. General Mattis is like a respected Marine officer. Like, that might not be something that's common knowledge, but like, there's no way that a general is going to be talking to some fat, overweight, nobody streamer who has pock marks on his
Absolutely
face.
not.
No,
Absolutely not.
So you lied.
No.
Yeah, you
because
did.
I corrected it, and I've said this.
No, you still lied. It
times.
doesn't matter if you corrected it. You still lied. You lied to everyone in the kill
corrected
stream.
exactly what was being talked about.
All right, then
What-
say what you said to correct.
It was a 2 to 3 day think tank on, like, for lack of a better phrase, AR-670 TAC 1, which is like the uniform, morale, stuff like that. And every couple of years, they pull in active duty reservists, and they go over it. And that's exactly what it was. I somehow got tasked to be recalled and go over this. And that's what it was. And I've explained this several times.
Yeah, but that
I
sounds
mean,
nothing
even-
like what you said on this kill stream.
No, as I said.
So you lied.
That's
like, there's no mistake here. You didn't make a mistake or an oopsie
So
or an uh-oh.
if
You
that's
made shit
what it
up
was,
to intimidate
I
Zoom, and it
even-
failed. And it blew up in your face.
So how is
And
this going to
so-
get to General Mattis? And how are you?
So at the end of it, you know, you usually have the big wigs come in. Normally at the end of these, General Secretary Mattis or Chairman Dunford, they would have come in. They'd been like, "Hey guys, thanks for coming in. You know, anything you guys want to say?" That's usually how it goes. That's usually how it ends. You get on the plane, you go home. That's usually how it goes, and that's exactly what it was.
I don't believe you. Those two stories have nothing to do with one another at all.
Hold on. So the bigwigs come in and they ask if anyone has anything to say. Or
Yeah, it's like usually
so what,
it's,
you were going to raise your hand and say, General Mattis, I got in an argument with a streamer online who has some recordings that aren't verified, but people are accusing him of being a pedophile. Would you mind looking into this for me?
considering that at the time it was when we had like an Air Force Chief Master Sergeant and a Command Master Chief in the Navy who had been caught with child porn on government stuff, and it had been completely brushed under the rug. It had been completely swept aside by higher in command. There was, you know, the higher ups, the Joint Chiefs and whatnot said, you know something we want to know about it, because if your command's going to be doing shit like that, we would rather know about it than have, CNN knocking on our door at 8 in the evening going, hey, what's going on with this?
Is that the part where they appointed you as a private investigator into some stupid internet fight?
Yeah, because he's not military or anything.
Not anymore, no.
Oh, so he was at
Well,
the time?
Zoom claimed to be a GS-13 SC. That's a government contractor position.
Yeah, that's great and all,
And-
but what about the part where you claim that you were personally appointed to investigate this shit, which you did in that clip?
I would.
A mandated reporter.
Yeah.
Yeah, a mandated reporter just means that you can't turn a blind eye to stuff like that. You have to report it.
How does your clarification, quote unquote, address that issue?
It doesn't have to. All members
It
of the
doesn't,
military
you're right,
are
it doesn't.
mandated reporters.
No, you
Mandated
said
reporter of internet rumors of civilians being
alleged child pornography, child abuse, stuff like that. Yes, you're. It's
No, that's not what you
different than
said.
a
That's not
cop
what
or
you said on the stream.
Teacher, or, a firefighter. It's no different. A mandated reporter is a mandated reporter.
It just means that you're reporting it. It's mandated to report something if you hear about
Yes.
it. Is that what
Yeah,
but
if it comes out later that you knew about it and you either swept it away or did something, there's penalties that come with it. Many times, criminal penalties. For example, the that command master chief I mentioned, not only was he thrown in the brig for something.
That's
like
great.
10 or
Nobody
12
cares. It's
years,
a tangent.
but-
Nobody cares. It has nothing to do with what you're talking about here. Okay, so but in there you said this has gotten so big. I have become a mandated reporter, like specifically because of this. Like
I said I am a mandated reporter. The point is that all members of the military are mandated reporters, and this was something that, like, they actually codified in a DoD directive.
No, they said you said that they made you a
2012?
mandated reporter because of this.
Not because of this.
Yes, because of
Yes,
this.
you
That's what you
did.
said.
That this has become such an issue that you are now
Yes.
a mandated reporter, and you are going to go to General Mattis when you go down to the Pentagon, and he's going to send this over to the
I don't
to
I don't
Okinawa
understand.
and hand it directly to the FBI, and they're going to look into this.
Yeah, I said specifically.
You are so full of shit, dude. It's
So-
incredible.
So when I
simple
said
fact
that,
that
I
you
believe
hold on,
I
now
said
shut the
that we
fuck up,
have
you
a
fucking lying
bunch
sack of shit.
people-
Shut the
we have
fuck
a
up, you
bunch of
lying
people
sack of shit.
who have been
The
accused
simple,
and convicted of
shut up, you're a
possession of
liar.
firearms
Shut up,
or
you're a
stuff like
fucking
that.
liar.
Every member of the
Shut the fuck
military is a fucking mandated reporter.
Shut up,
That is
you're
what
a
it
fucking
is.
liar. The simple fact
Everybody
that
is
you
a
went on that
mandated reporter,
stream and said
and
that
then they have to report it.
proves how much of a lying
Zoom.
sack of shit that you are and
because
that
of
you're
Zoom.
willing to be.
It's because of people like that were caught with commands that were sweeping it all under the rug, who were ignoring it, who are trying to protect their own asses, their own careers, and they swept it under the rug and they allowed people to be.
This
they
LARPA
allowed
patent
children
is
to be
great and
abused
all, but you're
stuff
filibustering.
like that. Every
Talking
member
about
of the
nothing
military
that
is a
anybody cares
mandated
about, dude.
reporter.
Nobody gives a
Then
fuck
why did
because
you
you're
ask
full of
about it?
shit.
Then why did you ask about
Because
it?
I'm picking apart the words that you used. I don't care about the fucking story that you try to rationalize with this ad hoc. Because you got called out for being a liar.
And it's been corrected multiple times, and I
Yeah,
have
hold
not
on,
deviated
hold on.
from that correction.
The simple fact that you were willing to go on that stream and say those things the way that you said them
While drunk,
shows
face
how
this
much
while
of a
drunk.
fucking liar you are. I don't give a shit how drunk you are. What you said was that you were going to the Pentagon and you were talking to General Mattis and you were going to hand this directly to him and he was going to send this over to fucking Intel in Okinawa and he was going to hand it over directly to the FBI.
Yeah,
you
'cause they
lying
would've shipped it over to
sack
fucking
of
third
shit.
bar div Intel. And
You're a
they would've
liar.
shipped
Shut
that
up.
Okay.
Did that
Okay,
happen?
then
Was that going to happen?
What am I doing
no.
here? Then?
Oh, well,
What am I doing here? Then?
well, we can
Damage
move-
control.
we can
That's
move on
that's
to
the
next
point.
one.
If the point of this was
I
to
don't want to
just
hear
do-
your fucking backstory behind it.
All right, then have a good day.
All right, bye, faggot. Get the fuck
have-
out of here, you lying
Well,
sack of
hey,
shit.
Good.
Beat it. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck off.
God damn it.
I hope you burn, you stupid sack of shit.
I did warn him that you were going to be on stream as well, so yes. Because I
just
don't know.
ripped all of his shit apart.
I know.
I ripped all of his shit apart using his own fucking words. He pulled a screenshot that's not even tied to the fucking website. He's supposedly sending him fucking FOIA accounts for. Fuck out of here, you piece of shit. And I am in no way defending you, John Kelly, just for the fucking record, because I think you're retarded too. But that's some scumbag shit right there.
Yeah, because
That's okay. You don't have to defend me. I already defended myself well enough.
Well, that's it. Okay, Jeff Vader donated $2. Spectre is sounding like a gay UA right now. Lol, is Spectre scuffed UA?
You wouldn't have the sack to make up a story like that. Jesus Christ. The FBI came to his door and he drafted a fucking document that they signed that would allow him to put his fucking videos back up. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I don't
My
know.
7-year-old could come up with a better story.
It was very odd when he told me. I was half awake because I was on my way to work and I just didn't know how to take it. So I went and got a few other people's opinions and no one really believes it. But I don't know.
Nobody would. Nobody with a half a fucking brain would. Only Spectre would concoct this fucking story.
God damn it. I don't mind Spectre. I talked to him, but yeah.
He's a liar. He's a fucking liar. I know you got to play Mr. Neutral.
Well, he
But
keeps connecting
come on.
dots. He keeps connecting dots that are not there, or he's not careful with what he's saying within law stuff, and I've tried warning him, and this sort of gets him in hot waters. So, oh well.
Could you imagine, dude? Could you fucking imagine putting together a video like that and accusing somebody of fucking their underage sister?
Yeah. Well, that's basically he's
Off a
hand fisting when he
screenshot
does
that's
it.
not tied to fucking anything that he got from somebody he doesn't even know, a random fucking person on Twitter, just when he starts getting involved with this fucking Vic Mignogna shit. Oh, and
Yeah,
it's
it makes
against,
me
it's,
wonder.
it's against somebody that's on the opposing side.
It makes me wonder if, like, Spectre stumbled upon a screenshot of a guy using the user handle Vic Mignogna typing some similar shit, if he'd immediately say Vic Mignogna is the worst child molester ever. Like, it's just retarded. It's the same exact fucking thing that he's ranting and complaining about. And it's like, one of the things that I heard on the stream that I can't believe that he actually said this was that, yeah, it is hypocritical. I'm a hypocrite. Like, he just flat out admitted that he doesn't stand for anything. Like, and this is the guy, by the way, who's recently been lecturing other people in the I Stand With Vic movement about optics. And the ironic part is, like, the way that this ties everything in a neat little bow, an autistic little bow, is he said this is the exact same thing that took down Gamergate. The opposite was true, because everyone in Gamergate was trying to fucking police each other with what was acceptable and not acceptable. And this guy, the guy who does something that is completely disgusting, just goes ahead and wants to tell other people what they can do because he's butt buddies with Nick Rekieta.
Dude, if anybody, I mean, I don't give a fuck about any of this weeb war shit that you guys are doing. I think it's all extremely gay. I think everybody on all sides are complete faggots. If anybody, I mean, the simple fact that Nick signal boosted this faggot's video, holy shit. Holy shit. Is that a bad fucking look?
Well,
I'd go back and delete that motherfucking stream and make an apology stream right now if I were you, Nick. Holy shit.
Skunkcake donated $1. You got a tater patch in your garden, boy. I think he's talking to Jeff Vader. Jeff Vader, goddammit. John Kelly. John Kelly, do you grow potatoes in your garden, sir?
No, I don't even have a garden.
All right,
You
there
got
you
a
go.
tater patch in your garden, boy.
You got a tater patch in your garden?
All right, so John.
I guess that's a.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's some sort of meme, yeah. So John Kelly, how do you feel about Spectre and his videos? The fact that it got boosted, just the whole thing overall. What do you think about the FBI stuff? Like summing all of that up.
I think the FBI shit is just as goofy as fuck, and it's honestly why would you even like? Okay, let's just say that Spectre was telling the truth. Why would you announce that? The only reason to do that is to try to intimidate someone off the internet. That's it. That's the only reason to say, "Oh, I'm having the Pentagon or the FBI or an alphabet agency investigate you." That's it. And the other thing is, it's just
it's the same thing he did with Zoom on stream.
Yeah.
General Mattis is going to be looking into this. My friend at the FBI in the fucking Boston field office hand-delivered my FOIA request. And it's so important that within days, I had agents in my house having me sign NDAs. Nigga, if any of that happened, you wouldn't have made that post. You wouldn't have posted that on Kiwi Farms. You wouldn't have come onto this stream. You would have gone over the exact details of these videos that you were told to take down. In fact, you would have reached out to EarJuice and asked him not to do this stream. And you would have shut right the fuck up.
Yup.
Out of fear of getting your shit taken and scanned through. They agreed to not look over your fucking electronics because you took your YouTube videos down? Who the fuck are you trying to fool? Get out of here with that bullshit.
And the other thing about this is that it's just disgusting that, like, you know, I kind of use that phrase a lot, and I've kind of like talked about this before, but this is like a new fucking low. I didn't think that they would sink any lower than they already have, in my opinion.
Ralph would have outed him.
Yeah, like Ralph was smart enough not to touch this with a 10-foot pole, but fucking Gator, who was on the same stream as Spectre, went ahead and bought this shit, hook, line, sinker. Like, this just confirms to me that, yeah, I mean, like, Gator is a snake. Like, everyone forgets that he, like, stabbed Andy in the back by, like, going behind his back, talking to Coach Red Pill, and talking to that thought back in the day. But, you know, people forget things, whatever. But this proves that, like, forget about Gator being a snake. He's just retarded. Like,
Gator is a quarter step higher than fucking Spectre.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah, that
where
sums it up perfectly.
Gator was the one that was going around when I was looking into doing another part of a law video with you, and he was the one saying that you were... There's DMs that he's got that he never shared that had
Completely
you talking to a
unverified
tranny.
because I looked into this myself.
Yeah. And that's
of
why
you
I
talking to a tranny with some sort of fucking tranny fetish. Now, granted, that would be very funny.
Yeah, it would be.
I would have laughed about this a lot. But there's nothing verifying it.
No, like
and Gator handed it to Plate. Yeah, Gator, take that into consideration. Gator, shoot Plate on site. Gator handed it over to Plate to fuck with John Kelly with.
Wow.
Have you heard anything? Have you heard anything from anybody about this?
The only person I ever fucking heard this from was Gator. That's it. It's
yeah,
like
you didn't hear about it from me or Plate.
I think
I mean, hell,
it's bullshit. It's obvious. There's nothing verifying it.
Yeah,
he wouldn't even give us a fucking name of the person that was that you were supposedly talking to, because it's a lie. It's gay ops. This nigga's trying to run gay ops.
Well, we can just ask John Kelly, have you ever
half of his
sent sexual DMs to
trannies?
with
it?
No, I've never sent sexual DMs to anybody. Period.
Are you a tranny fetishist?
No.
We got another donation.
I mean, I'd love it if you were. I would laugh hysterically.
Yeah, well, it would. I think with anyone, it would be pretty funny. We're going to move into the King of Pol stuff, and since you're here, John Kelly, I don't need to use clips, so you can, if you want to stay on, you can go over the audio with us. I hope you're live watching along, but yeah.
I mean, I can tell you a lot about King of Pol if you really want me to.
Yeah, you know, that way you're more than welcome. So we've got a donation first. The King of Turkey has donated $1.50. I'm coming for you, Heph. $1.50 or whatever. I think I was supposed to say it like a nigger. I'm coming for you, Heph, you olive oil drinking lesbian. I didn't know you're a lesbian. Keep eating your knockoff kebabs and crying into your feta. Turkey #1 nigga.
I weeb.
Fuck out of here, quarter wop.
Quarter wop.
All right, so as I was explaining at the start of the stream, yeah, I was thinking about playing a clip from Spectre's military career thing, but I think we'll just move on. So I was talking to this guy named Dr. Brain. That ended up being King of Pole. So Gino noticed it when he came on Warpath. This was when all three of us were on Warpath. And he called in with his alt account. Warski said, hey, you're King of Pole. And then it was all put together. So that's sort of the evidence. And he said, oh, well, now he forgot about it. So we're going to go through this King of Pole stuff and what exactly... Well, there's lots of things said. And just sort of go over
How long is it?
It's an hour. I'm not playing all of it. I'm just playing a few clips. You're more than welcome to it. So it's in stream submissions.
Okay, yeah, I see it on the live sharing thing.
Yeah, if you just join that, then you can follow along as well. And I'll just be in total control of it. Alright, well, let's go. So this is King of Pole, when I didn't know he was King of Pole. Talking about John Kelly. So, first minute. Let's do it.
A long time ago. I mean, and so would JMK, but they won't do that to each other. But it goes down to his nature. Like you all, I watched about half of your video.
Yeah.
And you guys had some information right. It was more relevant. But there was a lot of information you guys had gaps or were wrong about because you guys didn't know his backstory and you didn't know his motive. Like you don't understand why he does his autism. You guys just assumed he's a Sperg who likes gay ops. Which you're right, but there's more to it. Like there's somebody pulling the strings always in the background for JMK. That guy doesn't think for himself.
All right, so that's the first claim, is that there are strings pulling behind the scenes with JMK, and this is, later on, this is where Therium and all of that sort of stuff comes up. Burger and fries.
Yeah,
do you want to talk about this? Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
I'll let King of Pole speak himself, but usually from whenever King of Pole's around or says shit, he's usually going on about this burgers and fries shit to basically make himself a victim. As far as I'm aware, because I don't like this Thidgerin dude. I was one of the people who bullied him off the internet, but essentially, or more accurately, I shat on him on a couple of streams. But whenever King of Pole goes on about burgers and fries, he wants to paint himself as the victim, but he has no actual evidence of burgers and fries shitting on him. And even the name Burgers and Fries, realistically, it was just an IRC group.
Yeah.
There was other groups that were doing shit on different IRC channels, but that wasn't the same as hashtag Burgers and Fries. It was just a place to talk about fucking Gamergate back in 2014 and beyond.
All right. Let's keep going with the audio. What's his motive?
Well, sure. There's, I think there's two motives. In one aspect, he wants to be validated no matter what. I think it may extend to his real life as well. But he just wants validation for the thoughts that he puts out there and the stuff that he does, right? He wants people to acknowledge him in a positive way. You know, I think most people can feel that certain extent. On the other half, and this goes back to what I know about John Kelly, the other half is the validation he wants comes from people that he's close to. In this case, his friends. John Kelly doesn't have real life friends. If he does, that's a new thing, but from the John Kelly that I remember, he doesn't. He has internet friends that he's had since 2010. So, and those internet friends are still most of them are still prevalent in his life, and they tell him what to do, and he jumps for them as high as he can in order to try to gain validation from them. And to this day, he's never gained validation. So I think he just wants validation from people about his hot takes and his opinions or his conspiracy or his autism.
Yeah.
However you want to.
Alright, we'll pause it there. So he is talking basically about this guy named Therium and a group of people that were part of GG Revolt or this Burger and Fries chat that and a lot of them used the same little triangle symbol when they identified themselves, like on Twitter and things like that. So what he was saying is that, John Kelly, you are still part of this little IRC chat, and that you'll go and chat to Therium and that, and they will sort of tell you who to go at. And so you doing all your streams about Nick Ricada and all of that sort of shit was because they mandated and told you to go and do that. So do you want
No.
to talk about that? And
Like
you,
that's the
you used to
stupidest
know
thing.
Ethereum and shit. I know that part, but yeah.
Okay, so first off, King of Pole doesn't know shit about me. I like during Gamergate, like I made like one time he randomly showed up in a Skype call and he said something drunk and he left like after a second. That's the most contact I had with King of Pole during the whole Gamergate shit. Maybe some back and forth on Twitter, but that's it. So King of Pole doesn't know anything about me. I don't know why he's saying, oh well, he's had friends since 2010. I don't know what's up with that. That's no, I like not even in any sense of the word, because I've like, as far as anyone I knew in 2010, I've long lost contact with any of those people that I've known. The other thing being that, like, as far as me taking orders from Thidrin from behind the scenes, I've talked to Thidrin about this or that issue. There was a time where I was like, hey, what about this? What about that? But as far as taking orders directly from him, no, like I just did my own thing. Like that was it. Like I would look into something, I would look into that. Like it wasn't like I was this little puppet just doing things. If I gave that impression, like that's his problem. As far as like autism, conspiracies, I mean, like King of Pole, like he's full of that shit all on his own. I'm pretty sure he's just projecting there. And like to be fair, yeah, sure. I have been charged with being overly speculative or reaching conclusions that aren't there, which whatever. Like,
yeah, well, we accuse you of that.
I'd fucking say. Jesus.
Do you? But actually, on that, do you still think that Heph, myself, and Stretch were working with Ralph and we were trying to take down Cog? Like that was our intention.
Okay, so as far as working with Ralph goes, like I
Ralph,
just put that out there as one possibility. I don't think that possibility exists really at this point. If there was some like damning evidence to say, well, actually, no, you're right all along. Okay, well then I guess I was right, but I don't see that. I threw that out there as a possibility.
Well,
like I said, if I was overly speculative about it, okay, yeah, sure, I'll take the L on that one.
Yeah, because there was a lot of claims. And can I just point out that, you know, Spectre's in his video going, he's an incestuous pedophile slamming the desk, and there is you clearly in that first stream on me going, he was working for Ralph. It's all an op. They were, taking down Cog, slamming the desk. So.
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, those are like two different things. And as far as that goes, if I like overstated it, which I have overstated certain things before, like, I think that one mistake that I've made is like casting all of I Stand With Vic into a single net. That wasn't, that's not really accurate. I don't think that everyone involved in I Stand With Vic is a complete sap or a moron or just a hateful person. Most of the people, I think, are like just want to help Vic out, whatever way they can.
Yeah.
So there are people in there that are that caricature, like Spectre, for example. There's some other ones I can name, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I haven't always presented what I'm looking into the best of my ability. So sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, if we have time and chat wants to, we can go back into exactly what Nick Ricada said, and your claims as well, because we sort of skipped over that. But let's keep going with this.
They use them to talk in their various groups. Like I said, one of their boards is burgers and fries, and so forth and so forth. It's quite amazing. There's a video out there when they got caught doing gay ops in Gamergate, and one of their group members named QQ, he's a furry, he made a video talking about the truth about GG Revolt or Gamergate Revolt. In that video, he leaves out John Kelly extensively and Thedrin to an extent and a couple other people, and he rewrites history. The video gets a lot of shit in the comments, but there's a comment about one of their members who went rogue. It's like, hey, you left out John Kelly, and I'll show you that screenshot because that comment still exists from like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So you left out John Kelly. John Kelly was doing a lot of dumb shit we didn't want him to do, and he caused all these problems to happen for us. So he's that guy in their group who won't shut the fuck up when they're doing their gay ops. Does that make any sense? So he goes rogue.
Yeah. Right, and here's the comment. Now, John Kelly, you've actually sent me the exact same screenshot, and you were saying that this was potentially King of Pole who actually left the comment in
the reason
I'm law video. So That's why I'm bringing
Yeah, well-
this up. And why
Well,
it
that could-
became too
well,
much Spergetry for me and I backed away, yes. One of the reasons.
Yeah. I think the sound clip already confirms it. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. As far as like the Triangles group, there was a group that became known as the Triangles that was doing stuff. That was before I entered. I guess it was a second quote unquote Triangles group. Sort of, but like but I don't know exactly what people would mean by that, honestly. The first there was never a group called the Triangles. It was just a group. It was just ascribed to like some kind of shadowy people that were doing things in secret. And when I say doing things in secret, it's not necessarily malicious. People are a lot more secretive back then about what they were working on in general. Some people were up to malicious shit, but you know, like I would know little about it. So mostly, like if you're seeing like, oh, everyone who had the triangle thing in their avatar, in their username or avatar, most of the people doing that were just memeing. They were just taking the triangle conspiracy theories, and they were just rolling with it. So I just wanted to clarify that bit.
All right. Well, let's start getting
as
into...
far-
No, you're...
as far as like the GG, like I don't want to ramble too much, but really quickly, GG Revolt is an image board. Like, there's no membership of it. Like, the reason why they didn't respond to like talk about John Kelly in that video they made was because I'm doing my own thing on Twitter. GG Revolt is a board that's doing its own thing elsewhere. So, like, there's no reason necessarily to include me in there. If they wanted to do like, the only thing they can really say is that I spoke positively of the board and I annoyed a bunch of people, which that's not really related to what they were talking about.
All right. Let's get into the juicy shit where he starts making his
Sure.
claims. Now, some of this is actually on the Kiwi Farms thread about you as well. Just pointing that out.
Kelly and burgers and fries, and you go to images, you'll see screenshots from fucking Zoe Quinn. When Zoe Quinn somehow got into their IRC chat, where they were talking about getting people divorced, getting people to commit suicide. They had e-celebs in there, like Ralph and Roguestar at the time, trying to convince them to help them get people killed.
What?
Yeah. Hold on, let me, and you're gonna see that Feedrin guy's name.
Alright, and let's skip through to the actual killing of feminist stuff that he was talking about.
I mean, we're talking 7 years of this shit, and he's still doing it.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, so
like, could we go over like a specific gay op? Like, what would one of the worst?
Yeah,
ones
which one?
specifically?
The worst one was they. Okay, when Gamergate happened, they wanted to use it as an opportunity to try to kill feminists. Like, in the most literal senses I can say. I know it sounds hyperbolic and crazy, but that is the facts. That is very true. Like I said, Zoe Quinn exposed their little group because they were literally planning on showing up at events and convincing journalists to kill themselves, game journalists, and all this weird shit.
And that's when Ralph must have been involved, because he was he would go to those Zoe Quinn events and things like that. He was
Right, Ralph was tangentially involved with the group. Now, to be fair to Ralph, he walked away when it got too hot, because when Zoe Quinn started exposing it, and the articles started coming out about this group, and what they were writing, and Roguestar was there as well, he left. He left.
All right, let's pause it there.
okay,
killing feminists. That's wild claim.
I have no fucking idea, like, where he got the idea from. Like, I honestly don't. Like, he would have to show me something that would suggest that they were doing anything like that. Like, you have that screenshot on screen.
Yeah, that's from
like,
Burger and Fries. So there's 2 articles about death threats, and then Thedrin saying, and that's the thing with your Kiwi Farms thread at the same time, is it's a lot of stuff about the Burger and Fries group and Thedrin, not really about yourself. So is there a connection between you and Thedrin and that? Because he's saying this is the strength of our latest media blitz. Think about it for a minute. Now they're taking us seriously. Expect more of them.
I've seen the screenshot before. I know about the article you're talking about. Like, I wasn't in any IRC shit until like way after this exchange happened. Firstly, so this has nothing to do with me. And secondly, like I don't even remember any conversations I've had with Digit. Not to say that I didn't have any, but in IRC that is. Like any conversation I've ever had with him was pretty much, for the most part, outside of IRC.
Right.
Yeah, and Tidridge is his own person who does his own shit. So if he was like involved with a plot to kill feminists, I mean, I don't believe it coming from King of Pole. That sounds incredibly fucking goofy to me. Looking at that screenshot, I don't really like. I don't even see where the death threats are in that screenshot. Not that I'm trying to defend him or whatever. But,
yeah, it's like, what does it say? It says articles about death threats. Yeah, so maybe King of Pole's been a bit hyperbolic. Yeah.
Yeah, I the only thing I can really figure is that, oh, this article that I found in the news, it supports this tall tale I'm telling people. So he just shills it out there as though that gives him some kind of credibility or puts him in a position of authority.
All right. Well, let's talk about. Let's get King of Pole to talk about John Michael Kelly joining a Jew killing group and infiltrating that.
Wait. A Jew killing group?
I have no fucking idea.
We're going deep. We're going deep, damn it. Since he's here. We're getting
clue.
right into it. We're getting right into these claims.
This is fucking ridiculous.
All
Been
right,
in the news
let's do
many
it.
times have kidnapped Jews and killed them. A couple of their members have killed each other, and they're in prison for torturing and killing a Jewish professor. These guys still exist. There's a bunch of information on them out there if you look at. He tried to join their Discord and join their groups, trying to act like he really fit in. When that didn't work, because these guys are pretty fucking hardcore, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, no shit.
And he tried to join the Patriot group, the group Richard Spencer runs, the one that ran over that lady in Charlottesville in the car. And they wear the white shirts and stuff. He never got into them, so he just joined East Celeb alt-right groups like Naked Ape and Edgy Sphinx. I highly recommend looking into these.
Yeah, there's other claims there, and who else to chat to. So, John Michael Kelly, did you join any far-right groups that included in their repertoire of things to do? Killing Jews,
Okay, so
of all things.
Holy shit! No, fuck no! I wasn't involved in any fucking Why the fuck would I join a Discord server? It's dedicated to killing people. It's fucking insane.
Kite Killer Kelly.
Wait, where's the button? Where's the button? I think that's it. No, I don't think that's it.
The only kernel of truth there was that Edgy Sphinx, aka Braving Ruin, did have a Discord server that I was a part of. But here's the thing. King of Pole was an embarrassment on that server, and he got blown the fuck out repeatedly. Why he's associating like Edgy Sphinx, aka Braving Ruin, with like actual Jew killing groups or whatever? Because I know Braving Ruin has had. I don't know if he still.
No. It was a second thing. He said that you were trying to infiltrate many different groups to out them. One included a Jew killing group, then Richard Spencer's group, and then when that didn't work out for you, then you joined Edgy Sphinx's group and stuff like that, and started trying to debate them. That's really where the audio goes. Yeah.
No, I wasn't outing any of these groups. Like, I wouldn't fucking do that just in principle. Like, no.
Because what are your politics? Spectre would describe them as left wing.
Well, he also gets offended when I use the term when I call someone a faggot. So I don't know how to respond to that. Mike's
I didn't get to go in on him with his faggot shit he's been saying.
Oh yeah,
crying about toxic Peruvians on this fucking Dota 2 or whatever.
I don't know anything about this. God damn it, Heph. You got to bring this to me before the show.
I found it 5 minutes before.
But anyway, yeah, because okay, so Spectre, he keeps bringing it up too in Spectre's videos, where he keeps going on about how you have called Keck 07, I think it is, who's been on our stream. He was on one of the Warhammer streams showing off his stuff. You called him a faggot and then booted him just to be an arsehole, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that
he
happened.
just keeps bringing it up.
Yeah, well, that happened. Yeah, but like I invited him back in later, and he's been in the server. Like he actually has like the resident role, so he can post whatever he wants there. Like,
yeah. And I think the reason why Spectre keeps bringing it up is because it's not really you. It's more the fact that Mars Girl and people with on the side of KickVic present you as a source, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. So.
Like, I don't know if they would present me as a source. I don't know if they would present me as a source. I know that I shared text logs from Nikrika's Discord once, and a lot of people gravitated towards that. But that's a stupid argument. Like, okay, so you follow someone on Twitter, that means that you're tied to the hip to them. That's fucking retarded. Like, if someone's a Nazi and they're reporting something accurate, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, this guy has like far right views. Let's not listen to him. That's the dumbest thing. As for my personal politics, I'm a conservative. Both socially and fiscally, and that's pretty much the gist of it. I guess the most lefty opinion I have, it's not even really left-wing, it's just a normal opinion, is like I'm in favor of immigration. Not open borders, but like just in general. So, I mean, if people want to like roast me for that or whatever, like say, oh, well, he's just going to brown up America or whatever, I guess they're welcome to, but that might be like the most...
You're like a civnat.
I wouldn't describe myself as such, because it has certain connotations, but like I would probably be called a civnat by the alt-right, if that makes sense.
It doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't.
You're right, it doesn't.
Not here, it doesn't. Not really. I just thought I'd ask because it's one thing that Spectre always brings up in his videos.
Yeah, he tried to say you were a closeted leftist and...
Yeah, and it got put into my law video, and that's the one thing I was a bit disappointed
because
with.
people that are adamantly anti-degenerate are usually closet degenerates themselves or some shit like that.
Yeah.
The old homophobes are actually closeted gays argument.
All right, let's go.
Which is ironically a left-wing argument.
Let's go into the last thing here.
Say a lot of leftist-sounding shit. But that's all besides the point.
Last thing here is the Acid Man stuff that I want to play from this audio. There is lots more, but let's go into the Acid Man thing. Then I'm going to show a pastebin log of the actual IRC chat that he's referring to.
Anyway, so they wanted to take over the Reddit account, and they couldn't take over the subreddit because Acid Man wouldn't give it up. So they...
Alright, bit of context, sorry. He's talking about GG Revolt trying to take over the Gamergate subreddit. Subreddit was moderated by Acid Man.
Decided to dox Acid Man. They found out that Acid Man is a furry who also is a gun dealer, who has a gun license and owns a gun shop, and he sells guns. So their big brain idea was to contact the ATF and say that this guy was selling guns to criminals and gang members and a bunch of illegal shit, right? They just called the ATF on this guy because they wanted Kotaku in action, and they did that.
Fucking hell.
Acid Man's response was to take their... Because they called, you know, you have to give your real information. Acid Man's response was to take their real information when the ATF came knocking on his door and report him to the FBI. This led to John Kelly, Thedrin, another guy named Satan, another guy named QQ, and a couple others, Seattle for Truth, and making fun of him and doxing him more on Twitter, saying that he's filing false FBI claims on them, and nothing's going to come of it. In the process of this happening, they tried to make a Gamergate subreddit. It got banned because, for obvious fucking reasons, Reddit wasn't going to allow Eventually, Mundane Matt came out of the woodworks and said we need a council of leaders for, and all these people started coming out of the woodwork saying we need leaders. Well, they stepped up and said we should be the leaders. We run them, and we run all the information. We do all the legwork. You guys are e-celebs. We're not e-celebs. Give us the reins.
Right. Well, let's just pause it there because it goes a bit off topic. But the thing is that so that you were trying to get, well, the group was trying to get take over the subreddit, and so they doxed Acid Man and then did some crazy IRL shit, which ended up in FBI raids.
So firstly, as far as like doxing Acid Man goes, like the most that you could ever say that I did with that guy was I used his name in an article I wrote about him. That's about it. As far as like making like any thread where like put his real life fucking address or any other shit that people are putting up there, no, had nothing fucking fuck all to do with that. That thread also was on a forum on 8chan called Baphomet. It wasn't GG Revolt. Now, it's reasonable to speculate that maybe some members of GG Revolt went to Baphomet specifically, but a lot of different communities didn't like Acid Man, who was also not a... this had nothing to do with Reddit, by the way. I don't know why King of Pull even brings it up. I think he's just... he hasn't done his research, and he just makes shit up. It's hard to tell whether he's just lying or he's just shit at research. Like, Acid Man ran this 8chan board called Gamergate HQ, which is its own story of autism. And yeah, a lot of people didn't like him, but no, I wasn't involved with that shit. As far as the IRC chat logs, there was one guy that was definitely 100% linking like the Baphomet thread and stuff that was in the Baphomet thread.
Yeah, well, that's it here. See, so it has a John Kelly twit joining this chat. Thedron is in there. Acid Man joins in, and then you'll start... Let's just show some of the bits, because it goes on forever, of course.
Sure.
Let's see if I can find it. They start asking him about his taxes. I know that. And then they start... Something about a bomb threat there. Where is it? So they want confirmation that it's actually Acid Man that they're talking to. Is this you shit posting? So I think they're talking about something that he posted up on 8chan. Remember going through all of this. I wish I could highlight bits, that would be nice. Where is
I mean, I haven't looked at this space bin in like a really long time. Like, I don't even think I did. I'm just going off of memory here. Yeah, I was present for it. It was Acid Man himself who called like a meeting, because he was already planning the FBI shit at this point, like making his dumb thread where he was going to LARP as an FBI informant.
Yeah.
And like report all of like all the people he suspected were posting on GG Revolt to the FBI. And I think I made fun of him there, but like there was a guy that was posting his docs and shit in there.
Yeah, Holgy, and then he gets kicked. He's also asking about his taxes and things like that. So do you know anything about the story with the fact that someone tried making a report to the ATF that ended up in FBI raids? And you, sir, were supposedly raided by the FBI as well, so... I mean, that's what he says.
Yeah, like again, like this, everything just it's like poetry. It rhymes. It's like people go to the make these threats about reporting people to the FBI, reporting the jail, or something like that. As far as Acid Man goes, there was somebody who, like, I forget. It's been such a long time, but someone did report him for, some really edgy, like, I'm not gonna say edgy, well, it was edgy, but it was posting like materials about how to make bombs and shit, and this was confirmed to be Acid Man. That he was posting like on, I forget the board's name, it was some other board that nobody's ever heard of, where apparently everyone used their real name, or sorry, not the real name, everyone name fagged on that board. Like, Acid Man had a name there, and a bunch of other people had names there as well. He was posting a bunch of stuff like manifestos to take over the United States government and tear it down. He was posting stuff like, oh, well, this is how you make bombs. Here's some bomb making recipes, which is potentially illegal. Although in retrospect, like, again, I'm not a lawyer, so expert opinion on that might be needed to like determine if that's actually legal or not. And yeah, like that was the thing that a couple of people had reported him to the FBI on. Not the FBI, like I think it was a report made to the local police officer. Again, it's been so long. I remember writing about this specifically when I was like, when I wrote my article on Acid Man specifically.
Yeah, right. All right, so yeah, so well, that was. I mean, there's a lot more claims, but that's just some of them. So I thought, wait, yeah, might as well go over it, because yeah, listening to him talking, because there was all these people saying, oh, you should do a deep dive on John Kelly law. I was like, yeah, maybe, but no one was giving me any information. Then he turns up, not saying he is a king of pole, and then just made all of those sorts of wild claims. It was it was most interesting. But anyway, let's go into some King of Pole lore, because remember what this stream is all about. This is what it's all about.
Oh my God, there's Sperg, but who's the biggest Sperg? He's a Sperg, and there's Sperg, but who's the biggest Sperg? Oh my God, there's Sperging, but who's the biggest Sperg? He's a Sperg, and he's a Sperg, but who's the biggest Sperg?
That's right. We are trying to work out who the biggest Sperg is. So let's go into some good old King of Pole, King of Pos or King of Pole lore, and have a quick look. Is there anything you would like to talk about with King of Pole, John Kelly, while you're on here?
I mentioned this on the stream I did. I'm surprised, like, everyone kind of knows that, like, Queen of Paws,
so it's like
likes outlines and stuff. But I'm surprised a lot of people don't actually bring up the fact that he faked having a wife for years.
What?
Yeah, this guy who wants to be like this big tough guy is a relatable person. He lied about having a wife, and she called him out on it. Like, he made a post.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, this happened. I can get you the archive of it. Give me a second.
Yeah, that'd be good. Well, while you're doing that, let's play a bit of Medica's stream. We couldn't find the original audio, so only way to play it. Let's just go.
I forgot to look into that. Oops.
Let's get it set up. I think I've got some timestamps. Let's just play the first one. See what it gets us.
Tonight, okay? About some things that happened when I was drunk, and Danny wanted some answers. Did he tell you?
Tell me what?
All right, so the other night, Danny, me, and Andrew, I think Andrew recorded it. We're in a call, and I said some things to Danny.
Andrew and Danny did tell me that you said you wanted to suck his cock.
All right, well, that's like, I said a lot of things to Danny, but anyways. So, like, I tried to talk to Danny about it tonight when I was drunk, and Danny was busy. But I might have said some things, and I don't know how Danny feels about it.
Why?
Why? What do you mean? What do you mean
why are you trying to sleep with a married man?
I'm not trying to sleep with a married man. What's wrong with you?
All right, so yeah, may have said some things that that may have been upsetting to someone, because basically he was trying to get gay sex out of a married man.
Yep.
Let's go to the 4-minute mark and listen to the next bit. Then we'll get into the actual things that he did say.
Base. Well, I mean, you're cheating.
I didn't say that.
You're.
I didn't say that.
Well, Danny's married.
I didn't say I want to sleep in with a married man. Why are you saying that?
You said
you put words in my mouth.
You said some things associated.
I did,
with...
but that doesn't mean I was trying to sleep with a married man. Why are you putting words in my mouth?
But you want to.
No, I didn't say that.
What did you say?
I told Danny I think he's cute.
Do you even know what he looks like?
Yeah, I've seen a picture of Danny. I asked for Danny a picture, and he was like, why? And I had to tell Danny why. And then I like Danny's attitude. I've always thought Danny was cute for about a year now.
Well, you know, he wouldn't let you.
Yeah, he said he felt awkward about it.
Yeah, he said you'd have.
And then I told Danny, I said I don't want to ruin a friendship, so please don't get mad at me.
You'd be catching. You understand that, right?
What does that mean?
You'd be taking it.
Gay.
No, fuck no. I'm sorry. That's not happening.
That's
no.
Do you know why?
Danny's out of his mind if he thinks that's what's gonna happen.
Well, if that's the only way it'll work.
Is it?
Alright.
No.
Let's just play this out and play the this is where it gets real juicy, I think, from memory.
I am. Danny outsuck his penis, but Danny, I'm taking Danny's penis. It's okay.
No, because Danny's penis is bigger.
No, it's not. What are you fucking
yes, it is.
Whatever, dude.
Wait a minute,
I'm trying to have this argument right now. I don't take dicks in the ass. It's like a big thing with me. So, Danny's just gonna have to deal. Besides, Danny's married.
But he did want it. He wanted that dick.
He wanted to see that outline.
I just hit up Tomba, but I don't think he's responding. Tomba's the one on that recording, by the way.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I'm curious why I knew Daddy's dick size.
That's a good question.
Alrighty. Yeah, so, well, let's have a look at what John Kelly has sent us. Thank you, sir.
Use the second archive. It shows the context.
Alright.
Where the fuck is Dr. Brain? Let's get his ass in here.
I forgot. I was supposed to send him a DM. I doubt he would have come on anyway, so... because it, you know, using the audio and everything, it didn't go his way. Can I just say that? So what happened is I made that recording with him. I didn't know he was King of Pole. I then shared that along with some of the stuff that I had found because of that recording with someone from Kiwi Farms. They were already in the process of doing the thread because I know John Kelly said that this is all connected. Nick Ricader's probably involved. No. It was. They were already doing the thread. It was already in the making, and then that was just used to help them look in certain directions for other information. In return, they shared a bunch of stuff that they were already gathering anyway. So,
yeah. Well, the interesting about that is if they're using King of Pole as a source, this really goes against Noel's claims that Kiwi Farms is a reliable and accurate source.
Okay, so
which he stands by.
Yeah, but and that's what you keep getting hung up on. Have you noticed that they had that King of Pole interview? That King of Pole interview is nowhere on Kiwi Farms. It is not part of the Kiwi Farms thread, and they did not stand by it. In fact, they said the complete opposite once they found out it was King of Pole. That fuck anything that he said. Let's just go with the things over here. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
but most
most of it wasn't used. Most of the information came from them in response to the interview. So they already had it. They already had the stuff. It came over within 5 minutes. It was like, oh, okay, well, this is all we've got. Let's see if it lines up, sort of thing. Most of it didn't. That's why I'm asking you questions about Acid Man and all of this stuff, because most of what King of Pole was saying was like, there's this hint of speckle of truth in there, but then from what we can tell, based on what we find, it's all 100 times exaggerated, and John Kelly's the mastermind behind it all. Well, Therium is, but John Kelly's connected to him, and they still are to this day. And Therium's telling you what to do at any step of the way, so...
No, fuck no. Like, people... I don't know. Like, there's all kinds of lore and theories that people have about pretty much everyone on the internet at this point.
Oh, okay. So I can see what you're doing in this post here. So it says, King of Pole says, me and Sarah are not together anymore, nor married. This is the only time I'll state this. Please respect our privacy. Thank you. That always means something else. And then Sarah says, we were never married, Brian. Every single time you called me your wife was not true. Just to make that clear. Not now, not before.
Oh, no.
Yup.
Hope this works out, man. Oh, no. Yes.
Oh, no. Brian. Brian.
I have no idea how I can do this. Other than, like, he wants to be this macho guy who's able to have a stable relationship. I mean, like...
It sounds like there's a bunch of LARPing faggots on the internet.
No, it's a look.
Alright, we've got one other bit of audio. Oh, actually, it is showing a face. That probably wasn't a good idea. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to show this or not. Fuck you.
Go ahead. His face is out there.
His face is out there, yes. But I am respectful. I don't show John Kelly's face, even though it's out there. Don't show Spectre's, even though it's out there.
Well, it's him on camera talking. He put it out there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh.
I don't know if he'd appreciate it.
Oh, you're just playing it behind...
I'm playing it behind a paywall, fuck you. No, here we go. It's at 5 minutes. I'm just playing the audio.
I told, since you don't want to...
Oh, you guys won't be able to hear it now.
You guys are...
Oh, fuck this.
God damn it.
God damn it. I'll
just show us.
I'll just play it on stream. I'll just play it on stream. Fuck you.
Slandering the shit out of me for no reason.
I didn't say anything.
Not you, Ralph. You're just listening.
I didn't say anything.
I know me and Josh have our issues. Me being friendly is not being your friend, jackass. I don't really... Do you want me to be some autistic A-log said that goes after you, like that one jackass that you fucked with that goes after you all the time?
I would prefer it over what you fucking actually do, to be honest.
I don't do anything though. You haven't said a fucking single thing or proved anything that I do. What? I make fun of you on your website. So you try to do it.
No, I've banned you from my site. You've come back to my site 10 plus times, and every time you do, you go to the same exact threads and say the same exact thing. It's you going after me, going after Coach Red Pill, going after Vider Viking. You're obsessive.
Wow, that's some hard evidence. That's some really bad shit.
I don't need to fucking prove it. What I'm saying is true. You're a creepy weirdo who goes after people because
you don't need to prove lies. You just need to just make shit up and just throw out CNCs that don't matter or shit, make up bullshit, try to prove that I did some damage to your site that you couldn't prove. And have
I didn't say that you did some
By
damage
the way,
to my site.
Paul, hey, KoP, your volume is really low. Your volume is really low.
I'm outside.
I put you on 200%, so that's all I could do.
All I did was talk about something. Chirpy asked who I was, and he went off the rails. Then when he left, all I wanted to ask him was, and I said, yeah, I went on the Kumite a long time ago to ask about your economist stuff because a Dr. King, which he's really adamant about refusing to talk about. I mean, there's archives of articles about this. There's interactions with this. But there's some economist named Dr. King that he supposedly blackmailed for a large sum of money. There's forum conversations that were archived about this. He's interacted about this many times, and anytime you bring it up, he freaks out, and he doesn't want to answer. He just wants to run away, and that's weird because I don't have an issue with the guy. I said that like 5 times to the guy. Like, look, I don't have an issue. I'm sorry for what you think I did. I do apologize, but there was no ulterior motives or weird behaviors or friendships. I'm not your fucking friend, you weirdos. That's weird. I'm at work just listening to a good podcast.
All right, thank you for coming on. Real quick, he accused you of being a pedophile, basically. Any comment about that?
Okay, go prove it, dude. And I can prove it, I guess. That's the best you're gonna get. I would love to see some weird bullshit come out where I'm some weird pedo. That's fucking wild. There's a bunch of shit I've been accused of. It's not uncommon, Ralph. You know what I'm talking about. And me and you have had it back and forth.
Sure.
I'm really happy for your show, by the way. You're doing great.
Well, thank you.
I'm really
Appreciate
happy
it.
for you and
Thanks.
what's going on. That's really good, man. I'm trying to be a better person. And it's
Weird.
yeah, that's fine,
Let's
but
skip
you don't
through.
have to interact with me. I don't interact with you. I don't fuck with you.
You're in the chat talking to us.
I'm not talking. Oh, so people typing.
You're
in
not
chat-
talking to us right now?
Yeah, because you just slandered me, Josh. What is this stupid shit? No, I could just slander the shit out of you openly and say all this shit with vague interactions so you don't have to prove anything, and then you think
It's
that-
in your thread.
because
Anybody right now
I'm-
can search your real name and find your
No,
thread
no,
and
no,
find
no.
everything that I'm talking about in no time.
Right. They're going to find me being dumb, arguing about stupid shit, and LARPing as other people. Wow.
Yeah, one thing you do not want to do is go into your own thread on Kiwi Farms and start arguing with people. It's probably not a good idea. I think you've lost at that point.
I've seen it happen so many times, yet people keep doing it. I don't know why they think it's a good idea.
Have you gone into your thread, John Kelly, and started
Absolutely
arguing
not.
with people?
No, that's retarded. Like, if people want to make fun of me,
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, he
If
has
people-
a big thread. Yeah, that's the one that that came out only recently. Yeah, where
yeah,
Spectre
people want to
then
make
put
fun
the
of me.
stuff
More
together.
power to them.
Oh yeah, did Spectre start the thread?
No, Spectre didn't have anything. From what I've heard, Spectre was not part of the group that put together the information. Spectre then saw the thread, and from that he saw the UJ Dailius, AK, like it said at the top of the thread. If I can just find it, it said, you know, his known usernames or whatever. Here it is. And one of them was the UJ Dailius thing, and
I'm gonna
that's how he
request you
put it
don't show
all
that on
together.
screen. There's docs on that.
Ah, yeah, sorry. Okay, fair enough. But that's how, and then that's when Spectre started making the pedophile stuff. So, he acted like he was part of the thread. I don't really want to go into that, but on stream. But yeah. Well, I think that's about all. We've gone through all the different information. There's some stuff we didn't cover. There's one thing I didn't do, and that's show Nick Recator responding to your accusations. We are over time. We've gone at 2 hours 40.
Do you want me? Can I comment that real quick?
Yeah. I just want to see. Does chat want me to show that? Just if a few people say yes, they want to see it, we can go through it pretty quick. But yeah, what do you want to say, John Kelly? Go for it.
Okay. Well, the thing is, like, Nick was very adamant about that, and it's really weird to me. Like, I don't trust Spectre as a source as to what Nick saw or didn't see. Like, Nick could have seen it or he could have not seen it, but let's assume he didn't see it. Let's just assume that part is true. If he didn't see it, that's even worse if he actually watched the video, because he's relying on, like, the video itself is shit and it doesn't prove anything, but he's relying on the word of Gator and Spectre.
I paid more attention.
Someone that he, like, doesn't disclose he has his connection with. Like, it might be a small connection, might be a large connection. I don't know. What I know is that they have talked to each other multiple times, and that Spectre set up a Twitter account for Nick Reeeeee's business. Like, that's not something you leave out. You don't just pretend that this is just some rando that you put up there. So he's clearly being motivated here to push this because it's convenient for him. Like, there's no doubt about that. And
I can show that too.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh shit, maybe I can't. Sorry, I spoke too soon. It's one of your videos that you've got clipped already.
I can get you the link if you need it.
Yeah, it's just him, Nick, Spectre talking about about how he set up the Twitter, basically. That's all. That's all it is. So. Sorry to cut you off. Anything else you want to say? They did want us to see this, so we will play it. Oh no, wait a minute. Here we go. I've got the video. There we go. I think that's it.
Nick Reeeeee's new account, I set up. I set that up because I wasn't banned, and then I transferred ownership to him because the terms of service say you can't create the account if you're banned.
There you go. So that's Spectre confirming that he's set up Nick Reeeeee's new Twitter. Alright, let's go into the interview. So, basically, this is what happened. I went to Nick Reeeeeee to ask him about John Kelly. He said, look, I don't really know John Kelly. He didn't want to come on. I didn't want him on the stream because it creates drama, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure if this is the part, but there were 3 screenshots that I got off you, John Kelly, that I did show him. Because it was sort of the one thing that I was like, yeah, I think we need, that needs clarification for why that's been posted in the Discord. I will show those screenshots on screen, probably while it's playing, so we can get a quicker look. Let's go with the audio in this Discord and the Discord itself. So he's made accusations that I knew about the Drama Queen information ever since July, and that I was I didn't even know about it, that I was working for Ralph, and Drama Queen was basically working for Ralph as well, as one big, massive, large gay op to take down COG on purpose. So basically Drama Queen whored herself out, or something like this. And he did 3 streams about it, which piqued my interest, and we've been trolling him and other shit.
Oh, my intent's right there. I'm stupid. It's right in there. Notice 3 posts down from my first post. I post again, right? Never engage the Kiwis. WTF are you thinking? That's because this idiot on October 19th went on his own thread on Kiwi Farms and started arguing. And that's on October 19th. He's Death Ray on the farms. He's got the blue check to that they verified that it was him. Awesome. That's why I posted it, is because he was sitting there on Kiwi Farms arguing with the Kiwis, which is definitely the best move you could make.
Really? Did he do that? What a fucking idiot.
Well, this is a year before Shane almost.
Yeah.
7-8 months. This is October of 2018. And so you notice he had a thread going. It started on September 19th. I don't know when they added his docs to it. I don't really care.
Well, as long as, that's the thing. It's just because this is what he's claiming in the interview that I did, and so it's sort of like, okay, well, I'm going to have to go on bloody... It's just one of those things I felt, Talk on okay, stream, I better go not and interview. check this then.
Misspoke. Yeah.
And I've asked around, and people said, I don't know, ask Nick, and I was like, okay, well, see if he's around. Try and catch him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I don't care that the farms posted his docs.
Hmm.
My position on doxing is I don't do it. I tend to not share it around. It's not like I'm like, whoa, look at who's got doxed and post their docs or whatever. I don't care that much to do that. But the fact that his docs is incidentally included when I'm in the screenshot there talking about never engage the Kiwis. And if you go to that thread, you can see that he had, so that's October 19th at 3:45 p.m. On October 18th, late at night, he had engaged the Kiwis and continued to do so throughout October 19th. So that's the entirety of why I posted it.
Awesome.
And I have no idea if his docs was in there when I posted it, but like I said, if it was, that wouldn't have stopped me from posting it. It's not like I'm going to not link a thread where someone's being retarded to show that they're being retarded.
That's a
Just
good
because
point.
their docs happens to be in it.
Hmm.
So.
Oh, I think that's about it. Because if you don't really know John Kelly, you can't really give any other opinions or final statements about him.
No, I've asked him like 100 times. Every time he asks to come on my show, I say, "Who are you?" And it's half a joke, but it's not half the other half isn't a joke. And Spectre has tried to beat this through his stupid head. I don't know anything about him other than what other people have told me. So I'm not, based on what they've told me, I'm not going to bring this weirdo on my show. He's got no following, so there's no like benefit or cross audience pollination that I would get out of it. And I told him, I don't want to bring you on my show to have 100 people super chat me to call you a cuck. I don't want to do that. Sorry, Keck. I don't like. It'd be really funny, but at the same time, I don't want to just bring someone on to have my audience bully them. That's not the show I run. If it incidentally happens, and it happened to Young Bluth, but he deserved it. Happened to Shane, but he deserved it. But if it incidentally happens, it does. But I'm not going to go out of my way to bring someone on to just me profit off of someone getting their ass chewed out by a bunch of people who don't know him. Like I don't know why you'd want that. That's so weird to me.
Well,
So
I think he thinks that he's smarter than he actually is, because that's exactly what would happen. And I'm guessing that's what you've heard as well, is based off the information you've heard. He's going to get his ass
the only
chewed
thing
out.
I've ever really heard of him at all is that clip of him crying, right? Which is pretty fucking embarrassing in general that you're crying over like a Discord call.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few things that are interesting about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, firstly, like, it doesn't, like, firstly, this whole thing, I don't care about doxing. Yeah, yet he moralizes his enemies about doxing. So I guess you're just a hypocrite. That's the first point. And the second point is, like...
to be fair, there's holding somebody to their own standards.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a flying fuck about doxing, but if somebody
either.
is crying about doxing and then doxes someone...
Yeah.
I have every fucking right to call them out on being a hypocrite.
Like, and the other thing is like, he puts himself in this position where he's trying to wear a white hat, present this nice, cheery face to the audience, but he does all this black hat stuff behind the scenes. And it's like, he asked Kiwi Farms for help on the case, knowing full well what Kiwi Farms does. And it's like, everyone just goes to Kiwi Farms, like people in his Discord, and they'll post the links there where it'll get spread more, or they'll actively dox people in the case of Joseph TX. Like, the guy was going about to, like, various places and getting, like, intel about Ron Toye's personal life, which that has nothing to do with Vic Mignon in this case. Like, and honestly, I don't know what the truth of that matter is. Like, it sounds like some...
Well, that's
Go
in
ahead.
my law video, yeah, and he talks about his side of things, because, yeah, you did make those claims. And as I've said to you before, like, and I've watched some of your streams, to be honest, I haven't watched all of them, but when I did ask you for the evidence of Nick Ricketta doxing, they are the 3 screenshots that you gave me. That was really just the only, straight up, here is what I've got, evidence, instead of well, this is what I think Nick is doing behind the scenes. They're obviously talking in DMs, you know, that sort of stuff. And that's what I've always said to you, John Kelly. It's the same thing I've said with Spectre. It's like, you know, making these... Sometimes, you know, you're making these connections with... You're just putting stuff together and making connections that aren't necessarily there. And this is where Spergetry is born. So
Sure, I can accept that criticism if you think that. I mean, like, it might come down to where there's a leap in logic, or there's a failure to present the case as effectively as I could. There's more screenshots, by the way.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, feel free. Well, you know, show them on your own stream, sort of thing. I'm more than happy to look at them. But yeah, because your knowledge of the case has always seemed right. And then, how do you think the Nick Reeeeee case is going? Well, sorry, not the Nick Reeeeee. The Vic Mignogna case is going at the moment, because it seems like what you've been saying all along, where this was gonna flat out lose across the board in court, has come true. There is still appeals.
Yeah, I think it's going. Yeah, thing is, they're when you make this kind of appeal, to my understanding, you cannot introduce new evidence. So, like, if they want to make the case better with like some more facts, or they want to get their ducks lined in a row, it's just not going to fly with the appeals court. My prediction is they're going to lose. I mean, now there is a possibility that I could be wrong in that the appeals get overturned, but let's consider this: if the appeals are successful, they have the right to go back to motions, because then the case will go back to discovery, and then they'll have to pass discovery, and then maybe then they'll be able to actually argue the case in trial. The case is ultimately going to fail. I said that since the beginning. I still stand by that. And I don't really see them getting out of this. I guess there's two interpretations one could have, or maybe there's a couple of others, but there's two that come to mind. Either that I'm completely right about Nick Reeeeee just being a scam artist, because it doesn't seem the guy doesn't have any principles. Like, he's he will gladly drag up dirt of questionable caliber, like the Spectre shit. He'll gladly drag up, not even like view the video according to him, and just show on screen, call me a child molester, based on nothing but a screenshot. And on top of that, he'll also drag up all this other shit and dirt on people, and he'll just go, "Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I don't know." He'll present to his audience like it's a credible case, or he'll just outright go with the lies. Like, when he presents the Spectre video, he doesn't just he says like, "Oh, it's always good to have the receipts," meaning it's confirmed. And then he later says, and the reason they know, Spectre and Gator, the reason they know this is confirmed is because the UJ Daedalus name has the same string as an old username I've had, which is just fucking stupid. And Nick knows it. He's being all smug about it and cheery about it as drinking it. But let's say you disagree with that. Let's just say that you give Nick Reeeeee the benefit of the doubt beyond the benefit of the doubt. Fair enough. Nick chose Ty Beard to take on this case. Nick should have consulted. Yeah, Ty Beard is incompetent. I did a stream on his court hearing. He just called everything a rational inference. Like, the thing that EarJuice was calling me out for like connecting dots which aren't there. Like, Ty Beard does this constantly, and he just keeps on going over and over again, trying to justify his irrational inference. And it's only after like a courtroom break that he actually stops. So the other interpretation of this is Nick Reeeeee has no idea what the fuck he's doing, and he's handing this over to an incompetent boob that he's biased towards, since he's been friends with that person for 10 years at least.
Is that true? Like, I've heard you say that before. Is there audio of Nick actually saying that, though?
The thing is, okay, I should qualify this. I was in Nick's YouTube chat, I was trolling the chat, and I did add, I was asking Nick some questions, which Nick likes to brush off and decides they're nothing. I did ask him point blank, how long did you know Ty Beard? Because, people were figuring out, hey, this guy was connected to Ty for a really long time. Nick responded that he had known Ty for 10 years. Now, there's two ways I can interpret this. Either Nick just threw that number out there just off the cuff, which is possible, or he's telling the truth. And he's never corrected the record on that. Either way. There's also old Facebook posts of his going way back. I'd have to find them again to show you them, but they're out there. They've known each other for years and years before this. And I believe I believe another interesting little connection, which it's not as big as certain Kick Vic people have been saying it. Sorry, quote unquote Kick Vic have been saying it is, but actually they are Kick Vic, so I think it's fair. But Ty Beard was like, he handled the will of his late grandfather, of Nick Reeeeee's late grandfather, which is also something that Nick never ever disclosed ever, which is interesting to me. So there's clearly a very well established, in my opinion, based on all this, there's a clearly well established connection between the two of them, and the fact that he's trying to bury it and brush it under the rug like it's nothing, like that just only raises more eyebrows to me.
Right.
And most importantly, it's 100% confirmed that Nick recommended Ty to Vic Mignogna.
Yeah, well, that part's true. Okay. Wow. Oh, Ty Beard donate $1. 1v1 me in VC pussy, talk shit, get sued. Okay, there you go. Yeah, well, and Nick Reeeeeee, you saw his other claims where the reason why he wouldn't want you on stream is because, and I think you know this as well, John Kelly, you know how it's going to go. You're going to get a whole bunch, you're going to get 1,000 people just trolling the chat and sending 1 million super chats calling you a cuck and all sorts of other stuff.
Yeah, but, like, I'm used to people typing a bunch of mean shit to me. Like, it's happened to me before, is the thing. You laugh, but it's true.
Okay.
I know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
One more thing, and I do want to just talk about this before we vote. We are going to all have a vote and see who the winner of today is. I do want to bring this up because this was brought up by multiple people. John Kelly, they don't want their name mentioned too, so if you could just not mention the username.
Sure.
So you denied that it ever happened. I've had multiple people say that it did happen, but they didn't want to come in VC and all of this stuff. So let's have a look at one of the screenshots. JMK wanted to do an interview with an I Stand With Vic member to try and make us look like tossers. It went bat. Someone went to bat and got steamrolled, after which JMK doxed family and brought up a dead baby brother. Yes, John Kelly
What's a
did.
tosser? Like a salad tosser?
Wanker.
Ah.
Just look like a pack of wankers. It's the cogs that are up lower hut way of saying it. The doxer.
The Section 8 way of saying it.
Yeah, that's it.
The welfare.
And brought up dead baby brothers. The doxing and brother thing happened after the video dropped in his Discord server. The whole deal was to make us look like doxers, while dropping doxers when it worked in his favor. He also said that he was pretty, from what I know, they were pretty upset about the whole thing. Like, it really did get to them. What do you have to say to this, John Kelly?
It's complete bullshit. Like, the only element of truth to this, because I know who this is, I know who's been making claims. To my understanding, he's recanted on these claims, but
I've had
the most that happened
saying
was
it, though. That's the thing, yeah.
Yeah, but multiple people, but only one person was there in that call, and that was me. And no, I didn't dox the guy. I had no fucking clue that he had a fucking brother. I did say some mean, hurtful shit on the internet. I know, big shocker. But other than that, like, I the dead baby brother thing, I have no fucking idea where they got that from. I never wanted to dox this person. I don't care what the fuck they are in real life. I don't give a shit about that. And no, this plot to dox them on the server and make them look like doc. They already do that themselves already. I don't have to plant evidence. So, no, that's complete bullshit.
Okay. All right. Well, I thought that I would definitely bring it up because it was. But it is time! Let's play the graphic! Yeah!
Oh my god!
Wait.
I don't know, it's playing right now. Shut up. Shut up.
He's a Sperg, and there's a Sperg, but who's the biggest Sperg? Oh my god, they're Sperging, who's the biggest Sperg? He's a Sperg, and he's a Sperg, but who's the biggest Sperg?
Alright, and we need to answer the most important question. Who's the biggest Sperg? You can vote at any point. I guess people can work this one out. You just got to choose a number. 1 for King of Pos, 2 for John Kelly himself, 3 for Spectre. What are the accusations?
4 for EarJuice.
4 for EarJuice. Yeah, there you go. 5 for Vic Mignogna, 6 for Stretch. And Heph is on the side with 7. There we go, Lou. I'm gonna vote for any one of us. There you go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't remember the numbers now.
Oh, it's on the screen. Well, it's on the stream screen. All right, 1 for King of Pole, 2 for JMK, 3 for Spectre. So we had Spectre with John Kelly is definitely a pedo. Fist on the table moment. Now he's talked to the FBI and can't talk about it. Well, I don't know because he talked about it on stream. I think I know who Heph's choosing. Well, no, Heph chose himself. There you go. You've got John Kelly, who seems to be pretty much... Well, you've heard his claims. He does deny a lot of things, though, but...
John was a lot more coherent and normal than Spectre was.
Yeah. Well, John Kelly, out of everything we're showing today, probably not the way that most people are going to vote, unless they've seen some of his old antics. And King of Pole saying that John Kelly wanted to kill feminists, infiltrate groups that killed Jews.
Damn, John.
They're all retarded.
ATF
Everybody's
to Acid
retarded.
Man. Reporting Acid Man to the ATF, getting raided by the FBI, but in the end ended up just being a gay dick sucker. Let's see the votes. You can see why I never made the part 2 video. You can see why I never made it, eh?
As soon as you found out who that was, everything went out the fucking window.
It was going out the window way before that. I'm sorry. It was all just sort of like, okay, I'm not sure. I mean, you have to find...
If I would have heard that audio, I would have told you to throw it all out too.
We've got a lot of 4s. Oh, that's me. God damn it. 3, 3s, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh, Stretch is doing multiple 3s. There's 2 more.
Dude,
4s,
no,
3.
Spectre won the Sperg
but
off
also
today. He
4.
fucking rage quit. He got bullied out of the stream by Heph.
Well, I think according to all the
tore his
votes,
ass apart.
everybody is considered gay. That includes myself, I think, by the look of it. But I think the winner
Wait,
is...
we need a second vote. Who's the sleepiest one on stream?
Oh, nigga, fuck off.
I know you was sleeping again, bitch.
No, I wasn't asleep. I was doing other shit. No, I wasn't asleep this time. I swear. I would tell you. I was asleep the last time.
All right. No. All right, we're celebrating. Spectre, you have won. Congratulations, Spectre. Look at those fireworks, marching band, all of this is how beautiful is that. Wonderful. Good work. Good work. Well done. Well done. So
Should have come on stream, dummy. You should have followed your initial gut instinct to not get on a stream with me, you stupid sack of shit.
Oh wait a minute! I got more.
Calm down.
I got more
There's gonna be more
music.
stipulations for a further stream if you keep going.
Just put this
Hey,
on future stream, I mean.
I was relatively neutral to begin with.
Well, I mean, he can only say so much retarded shit where somebody's like, "Oh my god, you faggot! Stop fucking saying dumb shit."
Just putting on some chilled out background music. No reason at all. Just coincidentally.
It's really quiet.
Was supposed. Yeah, because you guys can talk over the top then.
Oh.
Do you want me to turn it up a bit? There we go. All right, let's play a bit of it.
Stop fucking lying, always lying to me. You lying so much. You're making it hard for me. Every time you tell me something, I figure that you're lying. Ooh, it's almost like you faking. Oh yeah, I know you're lying, but you sound excited. And you know that I know that you lying.
Oh,
Oh, it's
All right.
supposed to. All right, well.
Okay, I think I had fun tonight.
Yeah, it was good. I told you you would have nothing to worry about. You were all worried, didn't want to come on. I get it. We are very mean over here. But thanks for coming, John Kelly. It was
Wait,
good.
are you streaming again soon? You're
Yeah, come on, John.
unironically one of my favorite streamers.
Yeah, for sure.
we will be.
I guess I'm flattered, but I don't plan on doing any streams for a while. Honestly, like I think like I want to focus on other things. So
You should do streams on Flat Earth or something.
you know, like, not kidding you, someone actually suggested that to me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Do you believe in Flat Earth?
Absolutely not. It's bullshit.
Oh. Okay. Well, you're not.
There is a 24-hour stream on Bitwave. Well, thank you, John Kelly.
Donut
Anyway,
hole, donut
Alright.
Earth theories.
I could probably. I'll find your link.
I'm all about that donut Earth, nigga.
All right,
You
I'm
know
gonna head
about
off.
it.
You guys have a good night. Peace out.
Thanks, John.
Awesome.
You're my favorite. Bye.
That was fun. That was fun. Well, next
I
week.
would have known.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You do it. You do it.
I'm just watching these niggers dance. Go ahead.
Well, next week we do have the Groypers. Look, I've got artwork already, ready to go. Look at this. How nice is that? EJAS and the Groypers, maybe Heph, talking. There's a whole bunch of them coming on. They're going to talk about the Lonely Keck law and how he was trying to defraud them. He did some ops. Now he's Antifa. They're also going to talk about Groypers and what they stand for and stuff. Remember,
He's a med too.
it is not tonight. It is
Got
not
fooled
next
by
week.
an Athenian Antifa commie fag. Well, they
Yes,
didn't
he
really
is
get
Athenian.
fooled because he he didn't get any money out of them. But that's besides the point.
It's not next week.
We'll go into that. We'll go
It's
into
not
that
the
next
next week after. It is February 15th. Quit asking. Scooby331 is coming on with Tara and Burnside, and he said that he never threatened anyone.
Wait.
He never threatened anyone, guys. He's going to tell us this.
Scooby's got homies. He's got homies coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're the other two that are part of the story. They
Are-
are part of the story.
are
They
they
do have
from-
their own accusations and stuff. So that,
Do they have canes and furry tails too?
I'm not sure.
And chain wallets?
I'm not sure.
I bet they do.
And that's on the 15th. So
Yeah,
you got
15th
two
of
streams
February.
between those two.
Yes.
Yeah.
That Stretch is going to do the prep for. He told me.
So streams are canceled.
I don't know who. I don't know who you could have on.
It's a sleep stream, dude. We're just gonna turn on TTS and go to sleep.
I don't know who you could have on. I'm really not sure. There's
We're not
someone
gonna,
you've been
dude, there's
talking
no way.
to.
There's no way we'll be able to get that faggot on stream for more than 30 seconds.
Damn it. Well,
It's an impossibility. But maybe Alpha Genesis will get ungrounded and he will get his computer rights back at some point.
dude.
We could probably get his goofy ass on stream.
I do not know this law. Yes, I haven't been following along. I know it's a happy hour.
Oh no, dude. Yeah, just a dude named Jared Genesis. He lives in Texas actually, and he's made videos for a really long time. He's been around for a long time. There's all kinds of lore, like him saying he went to the dojo. You know the nigga that played the Green Power Ranger?
Yeah.
He has a dojo, and this fool got on video talking about he went in that dojo and whooped that fool's ass. But come to find out, some underling like manhandled this nigger because he thinks he's a fucking like martial arts expert, but he's self-trained, right? He's just some fat loser in his like close to 30 years old, lives with his parents.
Close
he's actually
to.
not on.
Dude, he's closer to 40.
Oh, whatever the fuck he is. I don't know his exact age, but he's got on video and said that he would date a 9-year-old because he doesn't follow
nothing but a
society
number.
standards. Yeah, and if there's some like connection there, he doesn't care if they're 14 or 9 or 40. He'll date them. And dude, there's videos of him dancing around in a thong. There's his dick pics floating around because there's actual screenshots of him sending his dick to a 14-year-old. Like the dude's a fucking mess. And the Dark Ninja guy, the guy on screen right there, is one of his buddies that fucking ball washes him and defends him.
Ball washes him hard.
And I have some funny, like, yeah, we want to do the Alpha Genesis would be fun. Just even
That'd
with
be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, it's up
Dark
to you.
Ninja, I got a
It's
lot
up
of
to
fun
you,
screenshots on it.
I think PvP would be fun.
Because I know that Happy Hour's more going over that. I haven't watched it, but I've figured as much.
Oh, dude,
Well, there'd have to be
Happy
show
Hour-
prep in order to get somebody lined up for the show.
Oh man.
No, not prep, not prep. It's not like I didn't have a whole bloody thing of prep. Anyway, yeah, there's been a lot of prep.
That's what he was saying, dickhead. He's making fun of Red.
Yeah.
God, you're slow.
No, I knew that. I was just saying how good I am.
He was rolling with it.
He's rolling with it.
Oh, whatever. Juice doesn't roll with anything.
I roll with her. I'm the best roller. I'm great.
You still won't send me those Liz Reptile screenshots.
What Liz Reptile screenshots?
Where she told you her life story and complained about us bullying her out of Discord.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted them. I think that was in the general chat though. I'm not sure if that was DM. I'd have to have a look. That was a very long time ago.
Who was crying about getting bullied off Discord?
Liz Reptile.
But doesn't she do that to everybody? Doesn't she just say a life story? It's the only time I've ever spoken to her.
She blocked us in FTW Discord, and then we proceeded to keep bullying her behind a block, like out of VC, just in the text chat, and she wrote a fucking like page-long article about why she's leaving and then left. It's pretty funny. There's some fun lore in there too.
All right, I'm guessing Blue Waffle is.
I couldn't sit through a fucking stream about Liz Reptile.
Oh no! I just meant not her specifically.
I'd smash my own fucking head in with a hammer.
Get PPP on. I think PPA is happy doing his own stream, so I've only chatted to him briefly when he first turned up. It was the first time. JMMA would be a good one for happy hour, I reckon. I really want to talk more.
Dude, come on! You know, I bet we could get it. Never mind.
Anyways, John, Blue Waffle Hunter has been very busy with all these videos. I'm guessing some of them are pretty good, so we're going to go out with those. Anything else you guys wanted to say before we got rid of you?
You should try to get Rand
That's possible.
Dude, people be so confused.
What's he going to talk about? I mean, Bibble said he can't because of D&D, and then they're not going to come on and talk about gun anyway, so Kazizis isn't.
Well, I don't want to talk to that goofy nigger anyways. He doesn't have anything to say.
I talk to Rand. I mean, I've been on stream many a time. Well,
you would have to use a voice changer so we can distinguish who the fuck was talking.
Yeah, probably. And I meant Bibble, not Rand.
Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this stream. I hope that was good. That was a lot of stuff to get through, but we got through pretty much most of it. Very much thanks to John Kelly and Spectre actually coming on, so I didn't have to play clips of them talking. I could just have them respond to stuff. We're going to go out with Blue Waffle Hunter. You two guys, if you want to hang around, I will be back in
I'll
5
hang around.
minutes. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Blue Waffle Hunter, Rand is a lost cause. Oh. Well, there you go. Alright, well, we're going to play some of these. Some of these I haven't actually watched. They're very short. Let's have a look.
The Trunk Monkey Theft Retrieval System. Because sometimes getting your car back is simply not enough. Another revolutionary idea you'll only find at
The creator of Beanie Babies, here's his
Department of Agriculture.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
Better brace yourself if you want to hold out, boy.
New 5 gum. Stimulate your senses.
You! Roach down there! What are you doing under my sink?
I just want to ask you a question.
You! Fly up there! Get away from my light!
Hey, Holmes, this is my place now. I'm going to wreck your shit.
Ooh, I'm ready for you bugs with my trusty Black Flag. Black Flag is the one-shot bug killer. Gets them every time. I warned you, little rascals. I must defend my home.
Ah, shit, man.
Never knew what hit him.
I'm more romance. He's all business. His idea of a heavy date, a night out.
Streaming cop videos for donations.
You know what he whispered in my ear last night?
I want to stick it in your ass while I call you drama queen. And then take all 7 of your kids to the mall for an ice cream.
Terrific, right?
See your Toyota dealer and see the lowest price model of the 10 best-selling economy cars. See your nearby Toyota dealer.
That was a lucky song for me. But it made me think, what about people who aren't so lucky? Like the thousands and thousands of children who are born each year mentally retarded. They're often quite helpless. But with help, wonderful things can happen. Like a little retarded boy putting on his own hat and coat for the first time, all by himself. Or maybe a teenager will learn how to work at a job and feel useful, needed, self-supporting. The retarded are people who need people. They can be helped. Won't you support the work of your local unit of the National Association for Retarded Children? Thank you.
Orale, Jared sent me to tell you that your mom is hurt. Fucking shit!
Fucking beaners. Some stranger. He said Donnie's mom was hurt. I didn't know if I should go with him.
Do me a favor and stay away from Dark Ninja. That fucking beaner will fuck you right in the ass, kid. Remember, a beaner
can mean danger. Now I know.
And it ain't over till we send them all back.
All good. He's busy. Thank God.
Saying all the things that you know you like. Make a good conversation. Gotta handle it right. You know what I mean. To get you an intimate restaurant. Then do a suggested movie. Do you like to talk about horizontally? Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical. Let's get physical. Let me hear your body talk. Body talk. Let me hear your body talk. Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical. Let's get into physical. Let me hear your body talk. The body talk. Let me hear your body talk. I've been patient, I've been good. Trying to keep my hand on the table. It's getting hard holding you back. If you know what I mean. Sure you understand.
Alrighty, alright. There's only so much of Weeb singing. I did one of those videos as well. It is age restricted though. Check out Jarbo Binks. You actually get to see Weeb on live cam. Anyway, let's go out with it because I didn't have the video ready last week. And now I do. Let's finish off with Lose Yourself to Rand or Ants by Dufcon. Thanks Blue for the vocals.
Sperg out on his channel right now saying the N-word.
I'm not saying nothing.
Who acts like a bitch, honestly, if you want to know the full truth about it, acts like a woman who goes off to cry on his own stream after showing up completely sloppy drunk again, barely able to even go on the air. He has the nerve to start a stream during my stream talking shit. What a fucking piece of garbage. I will tell you that right now. And I'll also tell you Rand is dismissed from the kill stream. So that'll be my public announcement on Randbot.
Knew nothing about him. And how did I get fucking treated? Shut up! I don't care. Get out. Fuck off! Shut the fucking door. Shut up! No, it's great being fucking stabbed in the back. Right in the front like that.
Alright, sing it along. starting with Daft Gun, finishing with Daft Gun. How's that? Too much Daft Gun. Oh! Woo! Make sure you post this at Ralph on Twitter and in his Discord. Trust me. He will not ban you. Not at all. That totally didn't happen. He's not butthurt.
I
Wait. New claims have just come in from a pedophile ring that's over 12 years old, but still someone named Hephaestus has been making posts. Tune in next week where we define these claims and I bang my fist on a